Hey everybody, welcome back. We're doing some more Destiny 2. Say hi to Blackstar.
Hi to Blackstar. Yes, this is Rampancy.net. We're doing the playthrough of all the milestones that we're doing for Destiny 2. Checking to see the stream over here. It seems to be... it's a little choppy. What numbers have you got?
Oh, yeah, it's showing frame drops. Hold on a second. Let me
I think you're gonna have to tweak something.
Start that. Okay, I think we may be better there.
Let's find out. Oh, something went on the page. It's trying to. Let's see if we get it again. Okay, it certainly looks smoother to me. All right, so hopefully our jiggery-pokery is now fixed. Apologies for that. You know, all these things with the technology available. It's never perfect.
For a second there.
So yeah, let's take a look and see what we got as far as milestones
by the way,
to work on.
Did you get a colony yet?
I did.
Okay, so
In
you
fact,
don't need
yeah,
to buy one from Xur then.
No, I did hear that Xur actually was selling one,
Yes,
but fortunately
yes,
I actually got one of these before. And to be honest, there are only 2 grenade launches in the game that I think are really worth anything. This is one of them. This is probably the most fun. It's very combat effective in certain circumstances. But the other one is play of the game. And if I look here, do I have it on this character? Yes, I do. I'll switch and I'll show you that one. And this one is also the other best grenade launcher that's out there, and that's because it's got threat detector, and the big thing is proximity to grenades. It acts like horseshoes and hand grenades from D1. So this pretty much you can fire 2 at a target in a general direction and actually nail them. But this colony, oh my god, I've been wanting this forever. Narc got one really early.
Yeah.
And didn't really know what it was and was like, what's this thing? I don't know. But, oh yeah, robotic spiders is the best. And when you fire these things around corners and it hunts down targets up walls and on ceilings, it is just a joy to behold. It's a lot of fun.
I think it's a PvP thing because there's hardly any targets in PvE that can kill except trash mobs, and it's not really worth it, except it's kind of funny that you almost have to think about lining it up to hit something around the corner, and it's like you could have just stepped around and shot it. And against stuff that's bullet sponges, it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, this thing though that I just got from Trials, I don't know if I remember showing this before, but this is probably my new favorite. This is basically a upgraded version of Mida. It's Mida multi-tool with explosive payload. It's fantastic. It's similar to Nameless Midnight. And I love the shader on this thing. It actually looks rather cool. And the nice thing is I got a masterwork version of this. It gives me an extra bullet, I think, in the magazine, but that's not that big of a deal. I want to re-roll that to get a reload, but it's my new favorite primary. The handling and the feel of it is just absolutely exquisite. But okay, so let's take a look and see what we got going here. Yeah, the Clan XP, I haven't done any. Call to Arms and Crucible, and the Flashpoint is the EDZ.
Yeah,
so we can do Flashpoint.
I did, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, we can switch characters.
I didn't do
Heroic
Call to
Strikes.
Arms. I haven't done Nightfall. I didn't do the EDZ challenges.
Okay.
And I haven't done any strikes.
Any heroic strikes. Okay. So we could probably start out with strikes and get that out of the way.
And by the way, during that, I figured we would just talk about the stuff that Bungie announced at the end of this week.
Yeah, did you get a list? Because I didn't have a list of whatever. Okay, so you read them off and
yeah. What do you want to do?
I'll tell you.
What do you
want to
do first? You want to do EDZ? You want to do Flashpoint?
Yeah, if you want. I mean, that'll keep it pretty straightforward.
Okay, there's one coming up in Outskirts. There's one in Winding Cove. First.
Winding Cove it is, and yeah, I also got this new ship, Winter Blade. I don't know if I showed that before. I haven't picked out a shader that I like for it just yet. But it doesn't really seem to want to change that. But yeah, it comes with a metallic sunrise. But I gotta see which I would like the best. And I love how the way they design this thing when you try to go through these things. The actual shader covers up the things you're trying to see what it looks like with the new one. It makes no logical sense. There are a couple variations of the ship that you've got, which I kind of like, though. I haven't gotten any of that style yet.
I like this one. This is one of the dawning ones, and dawning is over now, so all the snowballs are gone.
Yes.
You know, let's go. But
probably the best benefit we've actually had lately has been snowballs as far as combat effectiveness.
And next month they're doing the Crimson Days, the Valentine's Day thing.
Valentine's Day is so sweet.
And that's when some more of the changes are coming.
So what changes are starting to come?
Okay, so
with Crimson Days.
The first thing, and this update was posted by Chris Barrett. So in other words, this is posted by a dev, not by community people, like not by people whose primary job is to talk about the community. And I think one thing
randos.
Even after almost 4 years, I think one thing that caught Bungie kind of flat-footed about this was that they were still operating like a company that makes shooters. Where you just have to keep people busy for 3 years while you work on your game, and then it comes out, and like the PvE stuff is over within a couple of months, and then it's the PvP stuff that you tweak for the next years while you work on the next game. And this is more like, you know, they keep saying it's not an MMO, but it's more like an MMO.
It's got MMO elements.
How much time you have to spend talking to people who are still playing your game and want your game to be something you can keep playing, you know, every day or every week, whatever it is.
No, I'm so sick of having to fight that in that close range like this. I'm just going to hand back. Because... no, it's kind of silly.
It is, and I think that's one of the things they did wrong in designing the differences between the heroic and the regular version. And that the regular version of this is supposed to be kind of a king on the hill, last man on the hill type of thing.
Right.
And then they added the heroic thing with the ship, and then people were like, well, nobody would ever bother doing
what's the
regular version. You don't need to be in the circle.
No, in fact, what's really funny is that it's actually detrimental, because if people are in it too long, you don't have time to destroy the ship.
That ship.
It actually comes around. There it is. It's right above us. It actually comes around pretty early, and if you get a jump on it, it actually works out rather well. Yeah, here colony is no good. There's no way I'm going to get that ship. Now, if it does get close enough, you can actually hit the ship with robotic spiders, which is hysterical. They do act like an impact. In fact, here, let's see if I can get. Let's see if I can get close enough. Okay, yeah, see that? My robotic spiders took out that entire ship. How cool is that?
I'm not sure that's really what happened.
That's totally what happened.
Yeah, and that could have
if you were on my camera, you would have seen it.
By not having anyone in the circle.
There, shoot one robotic spider at him. Here we go.
Somebody died.
Yeah, so one of my favorite names that I ran into was a guy in D1 said, "Don't revive me."
Yep. Yeah, I see him.
Okay, heavy. I want my spiders back.
Guess what? The Cabal.
Oh, see, everyone and their cousin has got a colony now. And the sad part is, I didn't zern mine. I actually got it.
Blow to their morale. Brilliant.
Okay, that's one down.
The first part of this update that Chris Barrett wrote was saying that where they used to work on stuff quietly behind the scenes and not say anything about it until they had a schedule set that they knew that they could meet. In other words, they decided what they were going to do, they were definite about it, they knew when it was going to happen, they didn't say anything about anything until then. They've now
they were very, very
they're not going to do
quiet.
that. They're going to start talking about stuff.
Yeah, because the long-term Bungie community that was used to that kind of stuff and the wily, cute, cutesy, embroidered hint things that people would spend weeks deciphering, so people don't have the patience for that kind of stuff anymore. They've attracted a whole different genre of fans that are just like, dude, just tell me what's going on. I don't
think
need
it's not just that. I think it's just that they want to either have input or at least feel like they have input. They don't want it to be that, like, by the time Bungie tells you what they're doing, it's too late for anybody to change their minds.
Yeah, it's not just input, it's feedback. It's just like, hey, I want this, and they say, well, we can do this, we can't do that. If we're not getting anything, or we're getting, cryptic replies, people interpret that in a way that's not conducive of their enjoyment. Oh. Oh, you heading? I already headed to the next section. Where are you right now?
I didn't. I'm still in the same area.
Oh, okay.
I'm like below 0.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's nothing I needed from 0. Nope. 147 over in the gulch.
Oh, that's the other thing. I was gonna wait to get to it at the end, but they've now said that fire team members will show up on the map.
No way. Okay, that I would say is a serious plus.
So they will be.
Yay.
So right now I'm looking at the map. Where are you?
I'm at the gulch.
Okay,
But,
I won't have to ask that later.
Right.
At some point.
Well,
because they're gonna put
people couldn't understand why that wasn't the thing already. It makes the most logical sense. If you're a player, if you're with a group of people, or if you're with a fire team, or doing patrols or stuff, why wouldn't you want to know? You know? In fact, I remember the frustrating times we had first run with it, where
we're dropping a boatload of frames now.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Which machine are you using?
I had to use the Mac because all the scenes on the Unix machine got broken.
Yeah, it's not gonna work on that. Do you want me to do it?
If you're set up for it, are you?
I'm set up for.
It won't really help because if my machine drops frames doing this, it'll drop frames doing NDI as well.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think the Mac can handle 1080p 30s and the NDI stuff. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for our technical difficulties.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna fix it the quickest way possible.
720.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder if I could redo the NDI output that way. And of course, the thing just starts.
Now that you think it starts. Okay, we should be back up now.
Alright, let's try this again.
Yeah. I'm reading a skiff with glimmer mining.
I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. This game doesn't actually produce 1080, 30. Anyway, doesn't it? Isn't it really still rendering? Isn't the frame render still 720 or something?
It's a little higher than that. It does some scaling stuff.
But it's not purely 1080. It's scaling up to get there. Oh, hello. Hey, I'm on top of the ship. Me, I'm on top of the ship. Well, this is not going to end well. Nope, it didn't.
Okay, are you getting 720 from my NDI?
I have no way of telling you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is, actually, it is because it's the wrong frame size.
Okay, you want to scale that?
Yeah, I'm going to scale it. Okay.
I'm going to have to randomly go because I'm actually in the dark right now.
Yep, okay.
Oh, Golfer's in the chat. Hi, Golfer. He says much better.
Yeah, I would hope it would be.
We'll teach them not to dig around here.
I have full confidence.
Okay, the inputs and everything should be the same, though, so...
Okay, where's the thing? Where's the thing and the thing and with the other thing?
The guy's right over here, but...
We don't want the guy, we want the thing.
Do they still think they can outwit us?
Okay, it's moved. I do love explosive rounds. My faves. Andreas in the chat says, it's so late, go to sleep. What are you talking about? It's only 10 of 8 p.m. in the EDT.
Maybe he's talking to himself.
I don't know, maybe he's a little further along than we are during our late night renditions.
He's
You can fire robotic spiders in those and they'll actually hunt things down. I don't know. I haven't tried personally. Oh, Andres said, yeah, soon 2 a.m. Yeah, he's a little farther ahead. I'm sorry.
That's a little late.
We don't mean to say it. Well, you can play back the recording of this when you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can check this out tomorrow. I mean, we don't want to keep you up late. We're talking about some of the new changes. And the map changes,
okay, so
adding things is good. What's next?
The other thing near the top of the list is that they want to make clear, because people are pissed off, people who don't buy the expansion get pissed off when the thing they used to do, like a Nightfall,
gets cut off.
Gets locked off because they add content that is in those activities, and then if you don't have that content, you get locked out when the Nightfall is a new strike.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened anyway.
they're making a clear definition. You know, okay, this is what an expansion is, and this is what a season is. And
Look at my spiders.
the expansions are supposed to be purchasable update that add new story, destinations, gear, as well as Crucible, Strike, and Raid Lair content. And seasons include content that is made available to everybody at no extra cost.
Right.
Alright, so now we're going.
That glimmer has our names all over it.
Look at all the heavy. I'm just gonna like spider this up.
It's kind of ridiculous.
This is really ridiculous. Look at that. Oh, seriously?
Hello. What?
The vehicle.
That was great.
Spider got him.
Oh, two ships at once. They seem to have time stuff, so like some high-value VIP always shows up at like the same mini you're trying to.
Yeah, I think they're trying to increase rewards. I hope you're catching those, man, because man, Spider Central.
It's all you. The weird thing about it, I noticed nobody's actually on the Glimmer pile. They're just trying to not make the event end.
I don't know.
Won't it fail if somebody
Probably.
isn't on it?
I'll go stand in it. Then we'll be able to spider it up. Oh, bad guys behind me? Oh, there is.
Yeah, there's the.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. I love when they will actually spin around and orbit a target. But I love being able to hit things around corners and stuff. It's fantastic. Oh, Golfer says, hey, Blackstar, I got 145 kills in the strike today. That's awesome. Nice. He finally beat his high score of 39 in all the strikes we did. Jeebus. We must have had, I think, like 3 or 4 in a row until finally, I think he broke like 69 on one of them. But yeah, it was hysterical.
Guy in the vehicle rammed the yellow bar when he showed up, blew him off the map.
Because I can't get a good angle of seeing things over here because I'm the only one on the pile. Oh, these idiots. Okay, well, we got like 50 seconds left. We'll just sit here. Get to a different position. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. They just explode and fly everywhere. Yeah, this is one of the most fun guns that they've made in the game lately.
Any more?
Hey, different.
Nope, that's
Glimmer incoming.
Yep.
Another impeccable smash and grab.
And it's funny, people were actually talking about... Golfer says, shut up. You know it's true, Golfer. You do. The funny thing is they were talking about how inventive and really cool this weapon is and whatnot. And I goes, yes, it was back in Unreal Championship 2004, you know, because they actually had a gun that shot out robotic spider mines that will hunt down targets, and you can cover and spray an area, and they'll actually sit and wait until a target gets in range, which is kind of cool. So, not super innovative, but I'm definitely glad they added it. Okay, so what's next on the net?
Well,
Outskirts.
Oh, next on the list or next on what we're doing?
Well, both. So let's head to Outskirts. I think that's a little bit earlier than Winding Cove, and then we're gonna head back to that one. But yeah, so what's next on the Bungie updateness?
Okay, the next stuff is about Iron Banner faction rallies, and the rewards are going to be part of season content, not expansions. So all the stuff that's related to those activities will be available to everybody, whether they buy DLC or not.
Yeah, so that is definitely a plus.
So that includes Iron Banner, Faction Rally, Crucible, Strikes, and Trials. So anything you can get as a reward from those things is something that can be gotten by anybody. So in other words, there won't be any DLC exclusive content in the rewards for those activities. All right, where are we going? We're going Outskirts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of taking the long way around.
Yeah, I always take the long. I almost never take the long.
Falling behind the rocks on the bridge. aggressive fallen. Oh, I haven't done this one in a while. Okay, flag rally. Yeah, I love the handling speed, the reload speed, the explosive rounds, burning forests. I mean, it's just a wonderful, wonderful weapon.
Okay, so the next thing is
yeah, as far as the updates go,
and this is huge. They say they're shifting the balance of new content in favor of activity rewards instead of bright engrams.
Oh, so they're gonna try and get away from the Eververse stuff.
Guardian.
Yeah.
You've seen this before.
But how much
so.
And well, they say it and they say
there's not a lot of
moving away
here.
from.
They're just saying
what does that mean?
Shift away from. Because now what they did was basically they replaced the whole moat system where when you used to level up, you would get a moat. And it was, something you could spend or exchange in various different ways for upgrading gear and weapons. And now that's not a thing you do. You don't unlock the perks. You level up only.
Oh, somebody sorted the thing.
And so where you used to
getting beamed.
Oh, yeah. So where you used to get moats every time
a building.
You leveled up, now you get the Eververse.
Look at all those spiders. Wow, I'm gonna end this thing really, really quick. Look at this. Okay, now he's immune again.
Oh, yeah, but we didn't kill the other thing.
There's usually a couple. I think the first round is like one, and then the next round is like 2 or 3.
The last round is 3. And you don't have to get all of them. You can miss.
He's almost dead.
Don't shoot him.
Yeah. Somebody else did. Oh, that went quickly.
Another server.
Well, there is another event like right down the.
Yeah,
I never
I
saw
saw
that just
saw
did.
people today like
Thank you, Guardian.
doing several events the non-heroic way, like the drilling rig and the blights.
Oh yeah,
I realize the blight's a pain to do anyway. Like no matter how
little.
playing.
Okay, so what's the next update?
Okay, so the next thing on the update is Crimson Day is coming February 13. And during that, doing Nightfalls, raids, and milestones, Crimson Days milestones. And I don't know if that means all milestones during Crimson Days or whether Crimson Days activities come with its own separate milestones.
So milestone for that'd be interesting if they did.
Exclusive legendary emotes, weapon skins, and exotic sparrows, respectively.
Ooh.
So that means
for those who care about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so the Nightfall gives you legendary emote, the raid gives you weapon skins, and milestones give you exotic sparrows. Players will earn double engrams at level up, 1 crimson engram and 1 illuminated engram. So they're not.
I've spotted
if
another
illuminated engrams are
Cabal
still an
mining
Eververse
expedition.
thing, then she's still
Guardian,
going to be
you know the drill.
involved in this process.
She is never ever going to go away. We're going to see her in D3.
I want to see PvE content that tells us the story of how it's discovered that Tess Everest is a spy from the darkness and we chase her out of the tower. That's what I want.
To be honest, I was hoping that her and
Make
Rahul.
Claudia Black the star of this. Make it worthwhile to hate Tess Everest.
Yeah, she gets to play the bad guy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, this was all her doing from the beginning. No, I wanted the tower to.
Write it down.
Why don't you just fast travel over here? Because it already started. No, I wanted the tower to literally fall on
Sparrow
them.
into a rock.
Well, I know it's Friday already. So yeah, I literally wanted the tower to fall on them and have them like start over or do something different. Because the implementation of it, I don't think was really good from the get-go.
They just did that. This game starts with blowing up the tower. You want them to do it again?
Well, no, that was what I was hoping when we knew the tower was going to blow up. It didn't happen. So
You wanted it to be Tess's fault?
No, I wanted them both to die. I wanted Rahul to die because of all the horrible things he's given us, and I wanted her to die because I don't think she serves any practical purpose as far as you know, immersiveness or gameplay motivations or anything else. It's basically there as a monetary supplement to Bungie development. Where is it? Right above us? Yeah, it usually comes above us. Yep, there it is. So, yeah, and I understand why it exists. I just think that they were probably better implementations of it that they could have done to not detract from other elements of it. And I think they feel the same way, because obviously they are going to change it. Because unfortunately, it became the end-all, be-all dropping area for things. Okay. Let's see if I can get grenades before it goes away. No, no, come back. Nah. Out of range. And once the, nice shot somebody got. That was cool. Yeah, and once that happened, you know, it simply became the toy box for which everything got thrown in, and I don't think that's good for anybody, especially for long-term play. Oh, there's one of the gold doggies over here too. Yeah, I'll tell you what, slam. I want some fighters. There we go. Is the doggy dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, so hopefully the tweaks will be good enough, and the fact that people were dying for strike-specific loot and for event and activity-specific loot, hopefully they'll make that back a thing.
Hey, Devrim,
I remember them talking about how they said, "Oh, how do we make the you know, the 14th gun you get be interesting?" Well, obviously they couldn't, and that's why they're bringing back the variations, at least on the Masterworks level. Oh, I hear they're also doing armor too. That's one of the update things too, right?
The next note actually is that there's going to be Masterwork armor.
Yeah, that's definitely good.
The one perk it's going to offer is increased damage resistance during your super.
That I can't see as being incredibly helpful.
No, that really
sadly
doesn't seem that big a deal. I mean,
see, and that's what I mean. Every time they do these
people
updates,
already get too much of that.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, well, now with energy weapons, if you see somebody in super, you want to use energy weapons.
What?
What happened?
Okay.
I just fast traveled. There's another one over in the gulch.
I just killed a VIP enemy and the chest spawned midair.
Nice. That's cool. You don't see that every day.
Oh, yeah, okay. I can stand on it, but then it falls down. All right.
Yeah, it's just there are so many times that Bungie, they mention something or they add something, and just when you think, oh, okay, it means such and such, and then you find out that the actual implementation, it's a gulch again, the actual implementation is off and wrong just enough to not do it. So it's like they're constantly doing one step forward, two steps back. And it's not the first time that they've done this either. It seems to be an ongoing theme, because the underlying motivations of what they want versus the underlying motivations of what we want are not really compatible. You know, when you really think about it.
That event is going on in Firebase Hades as well.
Oh, I hate Hades. I hate that Firebase one. Don't you? I find that one terribly annoying.
What, the giant servitor, the one we just did?
It's similar. It's just in that big open circle area. Is that the one with? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. You're like in a giant pit with little to no cover or gas for evacuation. Perfect example. I wish that the Masterworks weapons and just the mods in general worked as interchangeable modules you can attach or apply to weapons or armor.
Yeah, you're skipping an item, but mods are also being changed. But there's also almost no specific information about what they're actually doing.
Yeah, what they're actually doing with that. But I'm just saying mods in general, how they've already implemented it, I don't think was the way to do it. Same thing with shaders. You know. Please tell me they're going to be changing those, but I doubt it.
I don't recall seeing anything big about them changing shaders.
Yeah, so they're again going to be one-time use.
This event is way more annoying than the other.
It's more complicated, and to be honest, I kind of like that, except for the fact when people completely goof it for you.
I find myself constantly circling around the outside, trying to avoid the damage phase, looking for a vent, and I can't keep track of like who's destroyed a vent, which ones have been destroyed, and which one haven't. Where's the one that we need to destroy?
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind complexity, but this one just seems to be opaque in terms of like what's going on at the moment. What needs
yeah, you don't
to be done.
realize what you've actually affected.
Yeah, like it's giving us a progress report on the normal way you do this, right? Which is 3 or 4 scions. But then we have to deal with the vents for the heroic, and it doesn't tell you anything.
Whoa! I hate it when my area of retreat just suddenly gets swamped by 50 guys.
Yeah, so like I was just shooting a vent. I don't know if somebody blew it or not. It seems like it blew. I almost wish that maybe. Let's see now. Supposed to shoot that vent? No. Like these all look like they're shot.
It's the lower ones. There we go.
All the vents.
Yeah, it's the lower ones. Yeah, see the ones on the
like,
side kind of tease you.
They all open so that you can do any of them, which I suppose is good. But I almost wish like it would open one at a time. So like if you don't see a vent, you know that's not what
right.
you're doing
Exactly.
Right
Vehicle trying to kill me. Okay, spider time.
this old answer had him stunned.
Bye. Look at that. Milestone updated. Woohoo! I do like they lowered the area of graphics for those, so it's not like in your face in the middle of your screen every time it does that. It's still a little too ornate. I kind of wish it would just show up in the upper right-hand corner like any other thing that you were to pick up. Like if I pick up this blue, it shows up in the right. Well, fine. Put the same thing there. Why did they suddenly have to have milestone?
What I say about you, Guardian?
Yeah.
Fill your screen with milestone.
You do them with style.
Yeah, it's a little much. Okay, so if that thing's done, let's take a look at
Well, for
the other ones. We got strikes. Clan XP's at 45,
well,
so
yeah,
we got
but
3 heroics.
We've also got challenges, and the challenges are here. So,
Oh.
Lost Sector and Sunken Isle, and defeat 5 Centurions. I don't have that yet. I'm almost done it though.
See, I don't really look at the challenges.
No, but one of the day's milestones is to do the challenges.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay. Lost
So-
Sector. All right. So Sunken Isles. You want to try to go
Yeah.
Sunken Isles?
Yeah. Like normally, I
There
also
is
don't
Sunken
go out of my
Isles.
way.
Oh,
to
yeah,
do
there
those.
is one. Yep, there's one in Sunken Isles. All right, let's go. Andreas says someone has too many demons.
Demons?
I wonder what he needs. What could you possibly mean by that? Yeah, he was saying that, yeah, the reason he watches the content is he wants the highlights, you know, the curated stuff. You know, to me, live streams are dead recorded. So with live streams, you know, it's the interactivity that makes it special and worth spending time on. Yeah, that I totally agree. You know, I mean, the whole idea of interactive television, which, you know, when I was growing up was like, myth or you know, something unattainable where you could actually interact with or have direct effect on an actual live television program. I mean, that was crazy talk. And now with the invention of the internet, anybody and everybody can be a TV star and or interact directly with fans. Are you? I'm gonna die in about 2 seconds. There's already decided to put a ship right here.
And we're dropping Rogue Friends now.
Oh, not again. No, next time we'll have to use my computer.
No, I just checked the press.
Yeah, I thought you were really happy. It had 2 machines, and the Ubuntu one's been great.
I went over to it and it was broken. I couldn't get any.
Broken?
I couldn't get any of the images to work. I couldn't get any of the audio sources to work. One of the scene collections was broken.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And I just didn't have time to rebuild it.
Oh, Andres is saying the voice. It says the voice hints at some kind of possession. Or evil voice mixing. Yeah, I tend to do that. Keeps things interesting. Now I'm gonna do my robotic one.
Okay, now we weren't actually here for the event, we were here for the lost sector.
Correct. It just happened to be going on.
Did you get credit for this if I do it though and you're not there?
I don't know. Well, I'm here right now, so...
Alright, what is this?
Yay! Yeah, we got lucky. It was kind of started before we even arrived, so everyone got a chance to do all the major difficult stuff. Ooh, 2 tokens.
So long, Cabal.
So long, Cabal.
Work, as
Bye, Cabal.
always. You remind me of myself when I was... I've gotten soft.
Old and
Never
crotchety.
mind.
Okay, lost sector, lost sector. Let's see.
Right, so
where is the lost sector in here? It is to my right and straight ahead. It's over towards the ship. So
No, actually there should be 2 of them.
I only see one de-highlighted on my map. Yeah, to the right.
This is
Yeah,
my alt, so
I think it's in here. Wall shields. There we go. Yeah, I think it's this bit. Explosions, bang, boom. Booyah. Oh, on the Mac, did you set... Were you trying to do like a medium thing? Or
no,
you're still on
no,
fast?
No.
Or...
No, I backed off to do and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's just struggling to do the basic thing.
Darn
now.
it. Okay, off to my right. So yeah, I think, yeah, this is the drop down.
Where did you go? I have no idea where you are.
Can you see me? Well,
No.
you're on the map. Yep. Keep heading towards the ship.
I'm
And
at
I'm
the door to the
underneath
ship.
you.
If I head any more towards
No,
the
the
ship,
bottom.
I'll be in the ship.
No, the bottom of the ship. Underneath where you're at. Think lower. There you go. Yeah, don't you remember this? This is the undercarriage?
This wasn't the one. This one's I think not on my map. I was looking at another one.
Ah. Yeah, this one is the drop down.
Oh,
You get
okay.
to
No, this
sneak
one
inside.
this one is on my map, but it was not the one I was looking at.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, this is definitely it. So, okay. Where shall we go? Let's see. Okay, so on the list, yeah, I don't think there's a way in there. We gotta go this way. I feel like I'm almost heading backwards.
Right. So the list of stuff basically also says that there will be new raid rewards that feature mods that offer raid specific perks.
Now that's important. That's the underlying motivation, is of having raid gear that helps perform better in the raid. Because right now, and people were talking about it, where pretty much armor is useless. It doesn't do anything for you other than affect your 3 stats: ability, resistance, and recovery. And mobility is useless. So there's only really 2 you have to worry about.
Well, I think what they're saying here is kind of more important. What they're saying is, and I don't know if it means a move away from, but I mean, there have always been weapons that had raid-specific perks.
Yeah, some of them I absolutely adore, especially the one of the last raid sniper rifles.
In the
Great.
raid, people would ask stuff, so I do the raid so I can get a weapon and make it easier to do the raid. Whereas it's easy to do the raid if I just don't do the raid and I never get the weapon. And the raid weapons might have been very, very good, but the perks were raid specific. So in this case, what they're talking about is a mod. So in other words, if you have a favorite gun, doing the raid gets you a mod that gives that weapon a raid specific perk. So it's not like you have to give up a weapon you like to use the one that has the raid perk.
Right.
You can add it with a mod. I like that idea.
Well, so I just wish mods were interchangeable like Legos, where you could simply add, remove, take out, or swap on demand or as needed. And unfortunately, you know, they've got this whole one-time use mentality going on, and I can't say I'm a fan of that. You know, the same way that I wish scopes were interchangeable. I mean, there's some great weapons out there, and a lot of them, unfortunately, have scopes designed specifically for that weapon. I would love scopes to be independent. I would love to be able to swatch and interchange and move them on something else and say, hey, this gun is cool, but I want to have this kind on here.
Right.
That would be nice. Let's see.
Okay, so
that's the
another
sector.
thing is that the raid vendor will sell Leviathan and Eater World's armor and weapons.
Ooh, cool.
And they will be... I haven't even done the raid. You turned me off to the raid, so I don't even know. I mean, I know who the raid vendor is and where, but I've never used him. So.
Yeah, he's basically a robot in the tower, and that to me was kind of a cop-out, making that a vendor. One of the things that really turned me off for the raid was how the rewards were delineated. I did not like how they did that. Okay, so we need 5 Centurions. I think I'm at...
Yeah, I mean,
percent?
we just
I'm at
go
80%.
outside,
I need like one more. Like, yeah, but let's quick travel. We don't have to, hoof it. Just go straight to Sunken Isles again. And the other thing was, I believe, some Fallen guys.
We're gonna go. Oh, and gonna go to Crossland then? We'll get both.
Oh, we can go to Crossland.
There's always that mega battle going on there during Flashpoint. So.
Crossland it is.
I'd
like to thank everyone for joining us, dealing with our technical jiggery-pokery problems.
Also need to get a bunch of shards if we're gonna hit Observe for that.
Yeah. Now, did you hit Observe for anything yet?
Not yet.
Now, is there anything
need any of the regular stuff. I only need the.
Well, yeah, you don't need the colony. Yeah, I'm. It's character specific, so I've actually got to look at my other characters. I think I want to change to my Warlock because I really want Ophidian aspects. But I don't have those yet for my Warlock.
I do that with my Hunter. I will switch.
They still think they can outrun us.
I want.
Oh yeah, that is fantastic. I love that. It is such a wonderful piece of kit. It's so broken, I certainly hope they don't nerf that. Yeah, they didn't mention Orpheus Rig specifically, did they?
No, there's nothing. There's no balance notes in this thing at all. There's nothing specifically about doing anything to any particular weapon or even class of weapons. It's more general in terms of how the game works.
Oh, Andrea says, always happy to share your gaming addiction. Are they? Oh, this is gonna throw me that guy. Well, so much for that plan. Alright, so what do we got left? Loot 3 fallen supply caches.
Oh, I think I got that one already.
Heroic time.
That glimmer has our names all over it.
I don't know.
Kuga.
Oh, that's pretty. I hear that with the Xbox One X, this section no longer slows down anymore. Yes. Everybody saw Zur, apparently. They're all 80 billion spiders. Oh, the captain. That's awesome. Oh, I'm all alone. Get some more.
Out of spiders?
There we go. Yeah, well, this thing holds 16, man. It's great. It is great.
Make a party and invite people?
Yeah. Tell you what, why don't I do it on my app? That way I think we can get him in the chat and everything. Ooh, look at that.
Another impeccable smash and grab.
Hey,
well done.
I get a bright Ingram.
Oh, that
All right, let me go hide. So
the Clan XP one.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Cougar's right here. All right, hold on 2 secs. I'm gonna switch over to my PC.
Do
And I'll invite both you guys. Hold on one sec. Okay, testing. Coog, can you hear me? I can see his thing moving, but I can't hear him. Let me... Alright, testing. Try Coog. Oh, he's in there. I think he can hear me, but I may have to change my settings here somewhere. Trying to remember where the thing's defaulting out.
Testing. Okay, I see my mic lighting up.
I see why it's sent to that.
I can't tell if I can hear Kugi or not. I'm already in the party.
I am talking now.
There we go. We got him.
Yep, I hear him.
You got me now?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, question is, are we getting him on stream? Andreas says, I hear voice.
No.
Luke owes me a steak dinner. Okay. Can you hear me now, or am I just...
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Do I have to set up any permissions with streaming, or is it just on your audio input?
Yes.
He said, someone talked about a steak donut. Who was that?
I said Luke owes me a steak dinner. I just wanted to see if you were paying attention.
Oh, okay.
Guardian down.
Okay, Coog, can you give me a test?
Sure. 1, 2, 3 testicles.
Yep, Andreas says, yeah, new person confirmed. Does it sound okay? Does it sound echoey? Does it sound goofy or anything? I just want to make sure I'm not goofing something Narc is doing. Because are you giving the feed from your thing, Narc?
Coog, give me a level.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Guardian down.
I think the problem now is he's on stream, but I don't hear him. Yeah, so I guess he's in the stream, but I'm not hearing him.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No, I heard him now. All right.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Sweet. Okay, good.
Oh, okay. Except I'm dead.
Well, you can always come back.
I wasn't. Yes, but I wasn't paying attention while that was going on.
Okay, Andreas says it sounds good to me. But I've done 5 hours of VR before this, so I'm not really conscious at this point. Wow, 5 hours. That's a lot.
Wait, where are you guys streaming at? Not that I'm gonna stream the stream while I'm playing.
Yeah, no, that's a little much.
Behind.
Yeah, I'm already.
Like I'm watching myself as I run down the street.
Yeah, we're using Restream, so it sends it out to YouTube, Mixer, Twitch. Anybody else?
I think we're still on Smashcast. I don't know if I've turned that off yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we definitely don't need to do Smashcast.
Actually, I forgot there aren't
even
a lot of Centurions in this bit. Like,
no, they
and Phalanxes.
Yeah, they just fall down from the sky, but there's no high-ranking ones. 3 fallen supply. Where are the supply caches? I need 3 of those. No, I know. It's just. Yeah. Oh, I don't have a ghost to highlight them. Duh. That's why. Let's see. See, I keep forgetting which planet I'm on. Oh man, I don't have a ghost for this planet. I had to wing it. Usually a bunch over on the side over here. Okay. So yeah, Coog, if you're going to be around for a bit, yeah, we were going to do some of the strikes and maybe the Nightfall.
Yeah, I got time.
Sweet. And we were talking about all the new highlights of the fun information that Bungie is sharing with us on all the new planned changes.
I only have a few things left, and I'll save it for I think when we hit orbit before we do our next thing.
Probably a good idea.
Oh, they disappeared.
Yeah, I'd just be happier if things were a little bit more interchangeable and exchangeable like it was in D1, where things weren't single use, where things weren't tied specifically to a particular weapon and is lost if you change or move or modify or whatnot. The whole shader thing is and it's nice that things like functionality forms like the map and everything's going to be changed. That is great. I love that. I like that they're thinking that Eververse was a little much. Let's change that. So it is nice that they are planning to do stuff. I'm just worried that due to vacation time,
because I need another Centurion.
Yeah, well, you and me both. I'm just worried that it might be too little, too late for a lot of the players that were drawn in. So,
something that I think would be interesting, they actually have the trinkets that you can adorn your weapons with, quote unquote, be things that you can get that are at random, and they roll random stats. And then you mix them to your, including legendary, to make them a little bit more customizable. So like. Sort of like the old Diablo system where you cobble these things together and you get cooler stuff. That would be an interesting idea. Even if the skins themselves, like Monarchy, gave you slightly better accuracy when
right.
War Cult gave you better stability, stuff like that. That would be just to make it a little bit more.
Andrea says, yeah, it was the VR stuff. It was an event, a racing game, combined, I think, with 6 streamers. Wow, that does sound like an event. And he says, and I suck at driving. I'm sorry, man, but that is a long time to be driving. I mean, that's like a NASCAR type of thing. Was it NASCAR? Was it Formula One, or was it like street racing, drifting, that kind of thing? I'd be curious. In 5 hours, man, that's a haul. And it's funny, a friend of mine, Wes, he was getting some recommendations on a PC because there is an online thing. I think it's called either iRacing or iDriver or iSomething. It's an online driving game where you can literally, race with people from all around the world. And it has tie-ins for wheels and controls and whatnot to do the whole immersive wraparound feel of the game. It even has VR support. Among other things, so we were having endless fun pricing out systems and deciding if we were going to build or just buy a pre-made. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, hey, I found a Centurion.
Yay! Okay, I get credit for that.
Okay, I got the Fallen Raider thing.
Alright, so are we done here?
I still need Fallen Raider. Do these caches?
I'm by the public.
Okay. Oh, are you over?
He's not gonna get there that fast. There's one Blackstar, the island in Sunken over there. I think that has a chest. That's a fallen chest. Over here.
At Sunken Isles?
Yeah.
I could look over there. Yeah, Andreas says, yeah, iRacing is a subscription game. It sounds like that's what you described. Yep, that's it, I think. I'm not all into that simulations really, but somehow I ended up with a play seat and force feedback wheel. Wow, that's a present. who got you that, or did you just end up inheriting it? Because the big problem for me that I had with a lot of those simulators was not having the ability to look out of your window on the left and the right, you know, having no peripheral vision, having only like 75 degrees. And, you know, a lot of driving is being able to use your peripheral vision, and I was really, really terrible without it. So a lot of the wraparound screens and everything I thought were a great solution to that problem. Got some highlights and things over here, but yeah, I'm not getting any...
Still haven't found a chest?
No! Well, see, not having a ghost to do that on this planet is just useless.
I mean, they're all over the place there.
Yeah, that's what I think is the best. I mean, that area is so huge. I could spend an hour and a half spinning around endlessly and not get anything.
Well, if you need to do a public event, this one's about to fire. I think there was a guy here with me.
Look, there's a chest right here. From the fast travel point at Trostland, there's a chest. Like,
I'm at your camera.
Right here.
I'm trying to beam in, and I'm literally on your camera. Oh my god, that's awesome. Okay, there's Coog. Yep. Oh, okay, so that's one. Let's see, what else do I need?
What do you mean that's one?
Well, I gotta see how many I still need.
You only needed 3.
3. Yeah, I need 1 more. Let's see. Oh, Andrea says, no, I mean, I ended up getting them, even though my interest was low. It was just something that I felt like good accessories for VR. That is a good point, because even though you may not have that much interest now, it's always good to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. He says, I have a crap of HOTAS, and I have not spent too much time with flight sims. Now, see, that would be a lot of fun to me. The HOTAS stuff, I think, would be great. I used to love flight and combat simulators and everything. I remember the old, you know, Falcon 4.0 we used to play on the Amiga all the time. Had endless fun with that. So yeah, so having a good HOTAS, you know, throttle, hands-off, throttle and stick, I think could be a lot of fun. I haven't played around with the VR stuff. I was always afraid that it was going to make me sick.
Alright, well, I'm ready to go.
Nope, I still need 1 chest. One. Okay, did that count? No, that didn't count. Man, I just killed a high-end target, thinking that chest would count, and it did not. Yeah, see, this kind of grindy, blah, 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 I'm not a big fan.
3 things did not grind. Let's be honest.
I just want chests to count as chests.
Touch of malice. This is not great.
Yeah, no, touch of malice would be that. No, I wouldn't mind it so much if I actually had a ghost shell that pointed them out. But...
I don't. I got 3 without even just talk while we were doing
it. Same.
Well, you guys have better R's and Jesus than I do. I'm looking all the usual spots, and I don't have nada.
That's a Centurion.
All I'm doing is getting beaten up by falling everywhere. Okay, here's one. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay, I got it. See, I don't bother with those, because they're too lowball. I don't care that much for the challenge bits. Alright, so what do you guys feel like cracking next? You want to do the strikes? You want to do Nightfall first?
3 strikes and then do the Nightfall.
Yeah, Andrea says Yeah, Andreas says the force feedback joystick seemed to be a dead concept, though, which is a shame. Yeah, you know, not many people, you know, have dedicated simulator environments or, you know, enough of an interest that the market holds that much. I remember back in the day that big, gigantic $200 controller for a mech game back for the Xbox, Steel Battalion, yeah. We actually had one guy bring that to a LAN, and we saw how big this was, and you had to assemble it and whatnot. And it was just so sad because for something that cool and immersive and everything was great, but at the same time, it was single game use, you know?
I've seen people do streaming sessions. They've got a camera that covers like the pilot's face and the control board plus the game, so you can see what they're doing with the controls.
I'm just doing the something else.
Okay. Trying to grab orbsies. I'll have this stupid cabals crush my skull.
Hey, there's another good one.
Andrea says, "Oh yeah, the thing was insane. I saw that how the game looked too. You looked out of a small, tiny window. They also had integrated weird Kinect stuff in that game. Yeah, they did. So you could like scream and yell at it. I didn't know if, and the really scary part was that if you did not eject, if you didn't pull the eject button in time, you had permadeath. Yeah, you not only lose the mech, you lose your life, and you have to start over. That to me was brutal and highly immersive and very challenging. At the same time, I think I could be terribly frustrated losing in a millisecond late, either because I was late on the button or the button didn't register in time. That could be awful and devastating and highly entertaining in a streaming environment. So I don't know how many streamers were doing that back in the day.
It'd be like playing a roguelike or any other game that's got permadeath or something, some implementation of a similar concept. It adds some drama to the stream.
Oh, absolutely, and it's one thing that the internet loves is drama.
In rage quitting.
Oh god, yeah. Boy, I haven't rage quit since Halo 2. Seriously.
I'm not sure that's true.
I haven't seen someone rage quit.
I'm reading a skiff with Glimmer mining equipment aboard,
No,
Guardian.
that time with you was not rage quitting. That was just quitting. Trust me, if it was rage quitting, you would have heard it.
Oh no, one time we
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, I've never done the entire raid at all ever before.
Oh no. No, there was one time Narc and I were doing PvP, and it was not going well. And there was a point where it's like, okay, Narc's gonna need a cookie, and I'm not gonna hang around and deal with this. So he's gonna be on his own for this one.
Do they still think
He
they
and
can
Funk can sort this out. I'm withdrawing from the field of battle, undefeated from the realm of video boxing. So. Oh wow, Tethered City.
Let me know when we're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm just doing the public event on Crossland, so yeah, we can go anytime. So what do you want to do first? It's hard to tell sometimes.
Guardian down.
Yeah, I wonder exactly if somebody's actually calculated how much Xbox wasted on the Kinect. When you think about the development, the implementation, the cost of manufacturing and shipping, the added cost of the box itself, all the support calls that people had with it, the integration into application APIs and whatnot. And yet it only lasted so long, it only worked for, you know, so many people and for so many things, and then it was just killed off due to lack of interest or use. And the controversy of when it started, it drove people crazy. First when it came out, the whole concept of like, it's listening all the time to me! which your phones are doing anyway. Well, yeah, but
and
you know,
it is, and so
yeah.
are all the other things. People are just used to it.
Right. Well, here's the funny thing: is people spend money on the privilege to have their little Alexa, go launch my favorite music application now. Hey Google, go do that. Hey Amazon, do blah blah blah. So
you shouldn't actually do that on the stream because you never know what somebody.
No, that's the beauty of it. In fact, do you know that
stomped me into a building.
Oh, that's cool. Do you know that there was actually a controversy with Burger King that had actually incorporated that actual line of dialogue to trigger that in an advertisement, so that everyone would go to a Burger King website or it would launch to their TVs or their mobile apps or their computers. Yeah, people got really upset at that. But you gotta think it's kind of clever when you think of all the possibilities of how you can, brief people.
Yeah, great. That's all we need to have Burger King swatting you.
Well, the other thing is think about if you had that integration into, like, your home system or opening your garage doors or changing your lighting or, turning on your heart monitor. I mean, there's a lot of potential for abuse and problems with it, depending how sophisticated anybody's home automation is. Alexa, empty my bank account. Yeah, so for all the potential out there for abuse, I could see how that would be problematic for people. Wonders of modern technology.
Don't buy the crap.
Well, see, that's just it. I was never a fan of doing those because I always thought that at that level, that to me is just paying for unnecessary hardware. I mean, people have already got that capability already on their phones and things.
Yeah, but they didn't in the original.
Oh, true. But no, it just seems it's like, why pay for a microphone to listen to everything you have in whatever room? Have all the 20 modules to be in every room in your house.
I am ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who's party lead? It's Narc. Okay, Frost, you're driving. Yeah, Andrea says, oh yeah, I remember that. That was hysterical. Nowadays, robots are starting to recognize our voices, though, so it can tell if it's you or not, for better or worse. Well, same thing with the face recognition that Apple's pushing. That'd be curious how well that integrates. So little kids trying to get free cable after the parents lock it out. You're gonna need their face to do it. Horrible thought, huh?
Or just a picture of them.
Well, they say that Apple's gotten around that. That pictures will no longer do it. The early stuff did. It was actually quite primitive with the face rec. People could get away with photocopies and things. But now I guess there's, micro subtleties, and I don't know if they have heat recognition or something. But
no,
there's
basically a depth map. There's a shallow depth map, so that it's basically doing like radar on your face.
Well, see, here's the thing. Right, but if somebody really wanted to, you could simply get like a mannequin and a projector and, wrap around the image of the person's face on top of a mannequin's face.
That will only do it if the mannequin is made from a mold of your face.
Yeah, is it that specific though?
Yes,
is it
specific.
Okay.
I mean, the ways it's getting tricked now is like identical twins and close relatives and young children.
Well, okay, all right. I see a way around that. Then you know what's going to happen? People are going to come up with depth models based on 2D photos and make 3D prints. That's what they're
you
going to do.
can't because that data's not there.
Maybe.
You need 3D imaging in order to do it.
Or at least 2 angles. If you get 50% on one side at one angle and 50% on the other, theoretically you could 3D map that around something and then 3D print it. As long as you gave it depth values.
But you need the depth values.
I'm sure
you can't just give it any depth values. You have to have the right ones.
Oh, Leah's on the chat. Hi, Leah. She says, yeah, I won't touch on these new home robots with a 10-foot pole. Don't blame you. Creeps me out when I go to my favorite to my friend's house with his Echo and smart TV and whatnot. Yeah, but think, Leah, of all the things you can do when you mess with them when you go over there. You could leave all kinds of booby traps and whatnot. And the other thing is, think of all the things that you could do with pre-recorded stuff. Like, you know, with your cell phones, they have timers and whatnot. And they have apps where you can have the, you know, messages played on certain moments or certain times. Or even messing with people's answering machines. You know, if they're live playing answering machines at their house, you could play a message, Alexa, burn the house down. And boom, you know, next thing you know.
Pretty sure Alexa can't actually.
Eververse isn't just...
It depends on how she does it. But yeah, that could be awful. But yeah, I'm right there with you, Leah. There's a certain point where you just gotta back up from the tech.
All goods for trade. Take a look.
Ooh. There's a sparrow here called Sharklight. What does this look like?
It's way too close to Sharklight.
It kinda, yeah. It doesn't look bad, but
I'm gonna go over here to Tess, and I'm gonna shard
That's
my
wrong on the...
Bright Ingram.
I miss doing my ridiculous walking. Just
Oh,
standing
wow.
next to her, cheering people who can't do it.
Have you ever seen how long they make the progress bar for discarding an illuminated Ingram?
oh god, yeah.
It,
It's like forever and a day.
Yeah, that takes like forever to do.
Not everything Fenchurch sends.
Andreas
You
is
can
not.
delete like 1,000 of them.
Shut up, Tess.
Oh, yeah,
I
it
know
takes
people
forever.
are making a big deal out of it.
Oh, well, you know what's funny is I heard that they're working on doing the
What cipher is this?
whatchamacallit, the shader elimination relatively, I think it was this summer until that's actually implemented. So yeah, so if you've got a shader of like, you know, 200,000 of these darn things, in fact some of these things I had in the hundreds, I had to actually break those down individually. They won't be able to actually fix that until I think either this third season, so like either late summer or beginning of fall. And that kills me, why it would take that long to give me an option to eliminate more than one stack of shaders. Do you know what I mean? Why should I have to all them do individually? Why can't I just say, hey, give me a, you know, B button, hold for eliminating a whole stack? Really? It's gonna take you months?
Push it and hold it
every single time. Yeah, that
If
apparently
it was you
fix.
just held it down,
That fix is going to take
you have to-
months. So not a lot of
because that
forward
was
thinking.
existed in D1.
I know, and it goes to show how much was limited by the other one. Let's see. Yeah, Andreas is not
just
sure
to
how
look
much
to
the.
hear
Yeah, he says not sure how much the home automation level is easily implemented to burn down houses. Perhaps you have a cheap model. Very likely. But also, you know, if you turn in your water heater, your boiler, or expensive electronics or whatnot, or even your gas or whatnot, you know, controlled through the application, then yeah, I'm sure it could do something to screw it up.
It's the thing that you would think that by now they would have a smart device that would be able to tell you if your house has any wiring issues from your breaker box.
Yes, that would be cool. And
Like you could
considering
say you have a faulty wire somewhere on this run, then you would be able to actually back outlet to outlet based upon a device that would send current through.
yeah, apparently
You've
you
got
can.
to have breaker by breaker monitoring. I mean, those things
You can.
exist. They
do.
cost a few $100
Right.
plus whatever
They do.
install.
Plus the service and everything.
You
Yeah.
never quit, do you?
Well, I wanted to tell
Took
you.
out Gaul,
Serious
woke up the
stuff.
traveler. Now half
sorry.
of what I hear in the streets is how
Your
much
house
you
may
and your
burn
clan are
down,
making a
and
difference.
then I'll just leak my house.
And that's
because
why I
Siri told me
started
to
this
leak my
whole
house.
clan thing in the first place.
I'm sorry, Cougar. We can't do that.
Vanguard to lead the way.
Nice.
Phone gave me another Aeon
And
Soul.
Guardians like you are making it happen.
Show us on the door where it touched
Pressure.
you.
Please enjoy your trip through the store.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I actually got a really, really awesome copy of Hitchhikers recently.
Soon.
So,
Is he
oh my
looking
god, I have
funny?
395 gunsmith rewards. I don't know what the heck to do with all
Good to
those.
see you.
Yeah, so that's why I got Hitchhikers on the Brain. I just watched all of it.
Yes, Guardian.
I forgot how awesome that
Rewards
show
or
was.
materials?
Materials. The listings for it. Usually, I
I'm almost
you
at
know,
700.
Yeah, see, I whittle everything down so I don't have duplicates. But I also try to upgrade things as quickly as possible so that I don't have to think about them ever again.
Oh, you mean the mods? I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah, it says increase reputation. It's like, what's the point? We got too many guns as it is. No, in fact, the only option I have is to get a random mod for X amount of glimmer. I don't have enough components to even get the ones that they're selling, which is sad because I really want this counterbalance one. And there's a kinetic. There's a couple kinetic ones. Yeah, there's an arc damage. There's a kinetic munition loader. I wouldn't mind having some of those. I don't have a lot. Okay, so what are we gonna do?
Okay, strikes.
Strikes?
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, you know what? I should be turning on one of my Free of Coins.
Oh,
Duh.
okay, cool.
I should have done it before.
I have one. Does it stack?
I don't know if it stacks, but it does. Apparently, the only event it actually works on is milestones.
Yeah.
Because the way that it works is that it increases the base odds on what you get for whatever event you do. And apparently the highest one numerically is there is a 50% chance of getting an exotic during milestone reward collecting. So, but the sad part is I tried it. It doesn't happen on pickup. It happens on achieving. So you got to have it triggered before you do the thing that you would get the reward for. And after extensive testing, I found it does work. So what it does is it increases it by, I think it's 50% of the base. So that means if there's a 1 in 2 chance of getting an exotic during milestones, that increases it to a 3 in 4 chance of getting one. So instead of 50%, it's 75%. So everything else is like 1 to 5%. So if it doubles 1 to 5%, well, congratulations. Now you have a 2 or a 10% chance of getting it. So it's not worth it using 3 of coins on anything except milestones.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready.
Okay, so the last couple of items I had from the update were about strikes. So they're going to be putting strike scoring back. They're going to be adding high score tracking. And they're going to be doing nightfalls without the timer.
Oh, that is definitely a plus. Oh, so, Ball's got to go.
So
nightfalls
are going to work more like they did in D1. I guess there's going to be some kind of a, there was the distinction between completion and the gold completion, and that was the timer or the score, and you got bonuses for going faster, and so it's going to be more like that than what it is now.
Okay, good night, Ball. Thanks for joining. So sorry it's late. Yeah, he's got another event in like 10 minutes. Leah says, which version of Night Hitchhikers? I love the one from the BBC. Yes, it's the BBC TV version.
The original. Wait a minute, you mean the TV show or the radio?
Oh, I'm talking the TV show. No, I have the radio show program.
Radio show myself.
Oh, I totally prefer the radio show, but this one was a DVD copy. So the quality on this, and the old one we had from old VHS tapes, had the beginnings and the endings cut off. And this, for the first time, they're there because they're from DVD sources. So I absolutely am thrilled at getting a chance to finally see those for the first time. Plus, with the VHS tapes we had, the quality was so degraded and so the tracking was off and the colors and everything. It was just so muddy. Yeah, I was not a fan with the new movie, the Hitchhikers one. I was not happy with that at all. So
we've got an urgent Vex problem in the forest.
You can solve most of those with explosions. We'll take a look.
I think they have a cream with
that. So, what exactly is the issue?
I've recreated Dendron, the root mind. I thought I could control it.
You always do. That's why people
talk.
Is
what I imagine the movie
now that Panoptes has fallen, the root mind is attempting to take its place and govern the forest.
Well, then let's blow it up.
I love explosive rounds. I do it.
Probably. And grenade launchers at 320, which I never use. And the column.
Yeah.
All of those things that I use directly.
Isn't that always the way?
I was like, thank you.
Oh, Leah says, yeah, my friends and I were so excited for the new movie. We went to the theater with towels. So disappointing. Yep, I'm right there with you. I had such high hopes, and once they started doing what they were doing, I was like, okay, this doesn't seem right. And I'd read something that apparently the director had not watched or seen anything that had come before it or had done anything with the radio programs. So he wanted his quote-unquote interpretation of the material to be direct and singular, what he had in his mind's eye. Well, obviously he wasn't paying attention very much when, you know, he read the line in the beginning where it said that he's a 6-foot-tall ape descendant, because the actor that he picked for it is not a 6-foot-tall ape descendant. And it was kind of downhill from there.
Still go back.
Yeah, I know, exactly. It seems quite the opposite of a 6-foot-tall ape descendant.
He's not wrong for that. And the guy in the TV show is not too.
Oh, he's pretty tall, though. Especially next to the actor that they picked for Ford. Actually, yeah, somebody look up an IMDb. See what they got listings for what heights they have for him. Oh, I love that. I don't know if you were on my camera for that, but that was spectacular.
It's been on your camera the whole time. It lags less.
Oh, excellent. Well, let's do that then. No, because the spiders actually do a circle if things are like in the air or not connected to a ground source. It's pretty spectacular.
So the very last item I had on the list of changes is mods, and basically what it says about there is a full rework of armor and weapon mods. So it doesn't give you any specifics about what they're going to do, just that it is a full rework.
Hopefully they will be not single use, they will be interchangeable, and that they would actually have impacts
Only the algorithm
that are
is
real
missing.
practical.
Fight as if your life depends on it. Because it does.
You say that like this isn't your fault.
It won't happen again.
It would be nice if they were like fixed values for them. You know, 5%, 10%, whatever. I mean, I don't mind what they set them at. I just want them to be, you know, not part of the whole stack of hidden statistics that they put on things. Do you know what I mean? It's like every weapon has a bunch of hidden perks and hidden stats. Why? Why don't they just show you what they are and what they do? Why do they have to wait for, you know, all the dados out there in the world to dissect them in their free time and make up pie charts and Excel sheets? Why don't you just give us the numbers, dude? I don't understand why they have to hide those, or why they feel it's necessary that they need to be hidden in the first place.
Reading arc energy at the pinnacle of the spire. A massive signal.
That would be the root mind. We offed it the first time we were here, but looks like it's fully operational again. After the Guardian destroyed the root mind the first time, we spent weeks taking the simulation apart. The Vex have rebuilt it entirely. You've really messed things up this time, Osiris.
It was a risk I had to take, Sagira. The Guardian has this
dialogue. Titan skating. Yeah, this is probably one of my new favorite areas. Yeah. I still like the Pyramidion, but this strike is a lot of fun.
It will negate our weapons. Power
I don't like the end room. It's basically, you know, the inverse of that pit that I hate in the other one. It would have been nice if the end game battle was in some place like this, you know, where you had a lot more variation in tactics and position, where you could try different things and apply supers to where you'd, you know, find the most effective. You know, it's finding out that stuff. I mean, it's part of the fun. And instead, they just put you in a big circular room and say, "Okay, we don't want you fighting beyond this range." Yeah, kinda. Oh, should use some spiders. Look at that.
Lost your step, Guardian. I miss teaming up. We should do it again sometime.
Leave my Guardian alone.
Oh, I love these things.
I think the reason why Bungie tries to hide the value, it's not because they're waiting for people to make the spreadsheets. I think what they wanted, and this was actually something that was in like the original press releases for both Destiny and Halo, was the idea that they kind of wanted to have this online persistent world with some variety, where not everybody would be using the same. People would have a way of expressing different play styles and different weapon selection. And the problem is that the way online communities and online games work is that they very quickly crunch down what's best.
Well, yeah.
And then everybody uses that.
Why would you use what's worst? You know? I mean, there's a logic to it. Especially for those who care about the competitive aspect. There are people that don't care about it at all. That simply want, you know, the most fun gun in the PvE stuff, which is great.
Right. So Bungie is trying to make the overall use of the game more like that than it is like somebody tells you, don't bother with these guns, they're not worth your exotic slot. Use Nameless Midnight or nothing. I think Hidden Perks was a way of trying to undermine the reliability of the data of what was best by making part of the gun's behavior be something that you couldn't get just by looking at the numbers. I don't think it was effective, but I think that's what
the
they were
root mine has rebuilt this
maybe,
spire
but
entirely,
it's just
complete
when
with
someone is going to spend the
security
time to crunch the numbers,
Sagira and I
it
spent
doesn't
weeks
matter
taking it down.
because people are going to find out
Next
anyway.
efficiency
And to
will
be
the
honest,
death of us
all it takes is for one person to do it, and suddenly everyone is going to be using that gun anyway. So when people see in the Crucible that everyone is using Mida, guess what? Somebody crunched the numbers and Mida's best. for good or bad. So them hiding those numbers is not going to delay or change anything. No one's going to say, well, you know, everyone else is using Mida. You know what I'm going to use? Yeah, I'm going to use Bad News. Yeah, because I like pistols. Well, there you go. So, no one's going to do that anyway, regardless of where the numbers are hidden or not. Bye-bye.
That knocked that one right off.
Woohoo! You can see my house from here.
New objective, enter the dragon.
The root mine
I
is
want to see if there's a
reaching
hidden room over there.
out, trying to take control from me. I've isolated your simulation from the rest of the forest, but I can only do so much to keep a vex
Almost
mind
like a
in check.
door wall.
Hold on. It won't be around for much longer.
Like the Matrox. The incomplete Matrox.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I thought that was maybe the matriarchal version.
Could be.
Now, wouldn't it be funny if somebody actually did a sequel like that that actually did a gender role reversal like they did with Ghostbusters?
So how long until Destiny?
Yeah, because they originally planned that they were going to do that. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's going to do it. To be honest, you know what I had been thinking of? I'm waiting for some developer out there doing something similar to a Fortnite Battle Royale the way they did with PUBG, where somebody's going to come up with a quote-unquote Destiny-type clone that has all the things that everybody wants in it that is not in there or has not been implemented yet to satisfy the niche group of frustrated players and offer something in like a free-to-play environment with 99% of what we already have, but just in a slightly tongue-in-cheek style, you know? I think that could be quite hysterical, to tell you the truth.
It would almost have to be a god.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, everything.
Yeah, I feel Dark's desire to get his Orpheus rigged, because in situations like that, it's spectacular. You know, and you get a room full of things. Yeah. It's just, you get your super back instantly. I absolutely love that bit. Ooh, another purple. Okay.
It's 4.3 now,
Okay.
June.
Oh, does it?
We just pulled the plug on this Spire's art network.
Oh yeah, so the technique for this that Narc was talking about was ad killing first, then boss.
While we kill them.
Okay. Yeah, the story
You can get multiple waves of ads here if you damage across with basically just stop shooting at
That is awesome. Oh, we're out of spiders. Boy, when you use those a lot, they go through those quick. Yeah, there's a bad guy in the middle. Okay, he's almost dead. There we go. Drop heavy. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, seriously, 3? 2 spiders? I just hate the way cover changes. They really need a ward cliff. There we go. Oh, too heavy, too heavy. Mine's not going to be that effective in this environment. Let's go for some of the big bad guys. Well, try spinning. That's a good trick.
I got it.
There we go. There we go. Oh, I shot him from the back. That's sweet.
Yeah,
Root
see,
mine
that
has been
worked a
neutralized.
lot. Like, we didn't die at
Osiris,
all there.
if you had any
Nope,
plans
not
for
once.
this thing when you simulated it,
And for us, that's a good
I'm
thing.
afraid
Yeah.
there's not much of it left.
You've done well, Guardian. That corpse could be useful. I'll retrieve it soon.
No, you won't, because I'm knocking it off the platform. Can't have it.
Oh, can we fix Glimmer so it doesn't all spew out everywhere where you gotta pick up every single little piece? Can't we just collect the Glimmer that we would have gotten? You know, have it go to the postmaster? That'd be nice.
Oh, that
I
thing
don't
really
think that's too hard.
You asked for too many things.
I know, apparently. Boink! Drop mic on stage. Oh, look at that! 117. That's a very Bungie kill count. 21 precision, 21 orbs, 48 assists.
1 melee kill. That's right.
One? That punched something.
I'm a hunter and I'm
How
not
come the
a...
two orbs
You got a
are
knife.
different?
Hunter melee is great. I got Synthetheth. Glad to be of service.
You almost sound like Nolan North. Almost.
Really, you think?
Not now. Earlier, maybe. But
Please enjoy your trip through this door.
Bunk.
I think you ought to know I'm feeling very depressed. Is it another one of those self-satisfied doors? It's about to open again. I can tell by the intolerable air of smugness it suddenly generates. Here I am, brain the size of a planet. Life. Don't talk to me about life.
Did you actually make a Marvin preset, or?
I could, if I played around with it enough, I probably could get the numbers and the positions where on the knob. Because I got 24 options and some variations in between. Ariel's in the chat. Hi, Ariel. Welcome
Ariel.
to the Destiny
Oh no, not this.
Change stream, where we're going through all of our milestones. Do we want to bail on this one?
No, we'll do it. I mean,
Failsafe
it's
has
nothing.
been compromised.
I don't
A
like
band
this
of fallen
one,
touched
but
down
we'll
on
do it
Nessus and they
anyway.
raided a secondary crash site for the Exodus Black. She is a powerful ally and our foothold on this planetoid. We have to help.
I have no sensor reach in that direction, Captain. But their weapons
Wow, that didn't take long.
Pulses. Will you help me track
Well,
them?
driving through the
I can
exploding
feel them
vexes.
crawling around behind my eyes.
They are.
Ew.
Okay, I was making sure.
I just ate.
Can I right between?
I drove into a whole bottle.
Yeah, apparently.
I thought maybe I could speed through it between them.
I
You.
detected another set of
I
arc
don't want you to
pulses.
speed run.
Coordinates marked.
Pretty sure they
What do you
did.
think this is? Destiny 1?
Let's
I summoned my vehicle while
Okay,
doing a jump.
the fallen went
Threw
that
me down
way.
a canyon.
Guardian down.
I see how it is, buddy.
You got him?
Yeah.
Respawn 5 years. Oh, there you
Oh, can I mantle on the shelf? Nope. Yes. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Not so much for that plan. Yeah, there's all these little ledges. I would love if you could mantle on top of those, but apparently no. And yet there are these weird outcroppings occasionally that you end up hitting that do actually mantle. Whoa! There goes my ride. Seriously? Just for that. There you go. You got spidered.
Captain, may I speak with you in private?
Sounds juicy. What's going on?
Boop. Sorry, Cap.
I find it funny in Divinity. I got a summon spider option there too.
I think the Fallen are ripping up my ship.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite abilities in that game. Popular in chat too. Everyone's like, summon the spider!
Yeah, and I'm like, but these enemies heal from poison, don't do it.
Yeah, and they're like, no, summon the spider! You think? I think it would hang up on everyone.
Yes, exactly. It's a call-in show where he tells everybody to go away.
The material.
I still think he needs a mustache.
He doesn't need a mustache. He needs like a John mustache.
I'll be right back.
Painted on. Like that thin rag. Almost gold.
This device looks like
Oh,
an
really?
old arc energy conveyor.
Like a caterpillar that's been rolled up as a cigarette.
Help me. These shanks are like the world's smallest storm callers.
I'm familiar. Part of my sensor system. Keep arc weapons away from it.
Is that where I'm looking?
Yeah, that could
Yeah, where is this backpack for which he is supposed to reside? We have yet to acquire.
I have Heather and all that more stuff.
I mean, other than Hawthorne, I mean, she's the only one that I've seen that actually has, and hers is more of a satchel than a backpack.
Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry. I think it works better with higher tier enemies. I usually save those for the sentinels that come. Yep, there we go. See, I would have dumped them on the servitors. Oh, darn. Right next to me. Ammo. Gotta love that. Ah. Yeah, still not filled with the time to kill. They said they're going to adjust that too?
No, now like I said, nothing specific about balance.
Balance aging. Yeah, I just want it a little quicker. This is a point of diminishing returns, you know, when you get leveled up and you spend all this time getting certain things. So can it get... Oh, it does work! Oh, awesome! Oh, spiders even work on those too. They kind of spin around for a little bit, but... Because any targets in the air, they kind of like try to scan and find them, and then they get underneath them and explode. That's pretty cool. And it...
Barrier down. And I'm alive. The only gifts I ever asked for.
My crew used to give me gifts.
I'm just glad we just don't have to shoot silly blue things.
Let's see what those darn Fallen are up to. Huh?
Start leaking.
They'll say we haven't seen any sign of Fallen tinkering with your ship.
What, as opposed to the
They're
digital
still
lettuce?
crawling around. They seem right at home.
Yes.
I've located another set of arc pulses.
I think that was Chibi Robo.
Don't worry,
came up with
we'll
that
find
one. Quick, where's my data lettuce? Oh yeah, this is where the pike annoyance thing comes into play. Which is why I usually shoot one and steal his.
Can you hear me now? I'm back. I'm so glad I can hear myself in the feed again. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Welcome.
But I killed the feed. How did you do that?
I'm the best.
Really? Is that the word
how?
you use?
I've got so many guardians today.
They'll say,
Let's go.
Probably both.
Would you do it for the event? Okay.
I was thinking about it, because sometimes all you got to do is just go by and shoot him and let other people take credit. And then you get it too. Look at that. Look at that. Like spiders eat everything. From the tank. Something cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced. Oh, Leah Crow's all excited about failsafe. Yay, failsafe!
I think Failsafe is probably the best new character in the game.
Look at
character.
us.
Yeah.
The first Earthlings to come here since
I just hate what they've done with
Age.
Cade.
Grab a souvenir for me. Those old colony ships.
Oh, they
were on the
way
cutting
overdid
edge.
Cade.
Yeah,
I mean,
mud.
it was great when his humor was coming in during those moments that made it apropos, and
Oh, yeah,
they've
that,
just turned him
definitely.
into a
They did
constant
everything, didn't they? There's nothing
comedic
left.
overload.
Aid unit, shut your modulator.
No, you.
Guys, please. They're trying to
When
kill
aren't
us.
they trying to kill us, little ghost? I'm just waiting to see when Ian Creepy comes back to do this race.
Yeah, nothing ever came of those things. Oh, mantle, mantle, mantle! Damn it!
Oh, did you fall
Now
off?
see, those are the times where you want it to work. No, that's a tease. I hate it when you see this purple reflection somewhere and you're like, oh, is that a brick? Nope. Apparently not. Oh, I wonder if the
still think it's
spiders are
kinda
working on camo
weird, the
targets.
removal of ammo synths.
Oh, I hate that. I want ammo synths back.
I don't think it was ever discussion. Like, was anybody saying, "Yeah, man, I hate the way ammo synths work. I hate having them. I hate having to use them." Like,
I hate Juggler
I'm not
being
sure
on
what
all the time
design
too.
objective was achieved by getting rid of this.
I don't get it either, other than people, it was too easy for people. They would hoard the stuff, and then every time they needed it, they would just use it on demand, and Bungie didn't want that for
but the limit was
balancing
always
issues,
the
maybe?
timer.
I don't know.
It was the cooldown time. It was never the limit.
Yeah, I just thought the cooldown timer also made no sense to me whatsoever. Nobody would say, you know, I've got this ammo to put in my gun that I need that's empty, but you know, I'm gonna wait 5 minutes. Yeah, that make no sensey. Ariel says, yeah, I'm kind of curious
And
about the way
speaking
this
of ammo,
about
I
the
have
story
no
for a while.
primary and no secondary coming into this room. And synths
As I
don't
was-
exist. And there's nothing on the ground. So, yay.
Did you hear that?
All right,
As I was saying-
a boss room and having melee.
You just love interrupting, don't you? Ariel's saying,
Just want
yeah,
him to skip.
I've kind of been curious about the story for a while now. There are these plot lines savaged from the original Bungie script, or they're actually coming out with new content now. That's debatable. I mean, I don't know if anybody's gotten a hold of the Bible or whether anybody's compared and contrast, but unfortunately there have been a lot of story retcons. They're changing up a lot of the establishment that was made, and a lot of people are terribly upset, especially about with the plot lines that were made with the The Stranger, where they simply said, nope, we're done with that. And a lot of people were like, wait a minute, you haven't done anything with that. You set up this thing the whole game. It turned into nothing. What's going on? So a lot of people were upset about that. Also, the setup for the darkness, which was supposed to be a big, major component of what we were, I don't know, fighting against. Now they're saying, darkness doesn't really exist. Yeah, no, they haven't, but that's what a lot of people's impressions are of. So whether or not they're coming out with new stuff or new storylines, I think the Osiris one and how they implemented the new comic would probably be the most original or the newest. But for people who follow the lore, you'd have to compare and contrast with what was made before compared to what they decided to implement in the game and what they left out, because there's so much more in the lore and so much on the pages of websites as opposed to actually being incorporated in the game. Comparatively, the game itself has always been criticized for lacking in implementation of story within the game itself, as opposed to getting it from other sources and locations. I'm certainly hoping that there will be as good an expansion as Taken King in this reiteration, but then the question is longevity. You know, are there going to be any players around by the time it's supposed to come out? Because if they hold true to form to their old strategy, it still could be quite a ways away if anything that big and that rich comes to the game. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, it's like this one's hiding. Electrocuted. Oh, did you just fall off? For no really apparent reason?
I was standing...
On my screen, it looked like you were moving. Okay, he's on me right now.
Guardian down.
Are you getting lag? I don't know either.
There's nothing literally done.
Everyone's scuttling around like crazy. I hate it when the auto aim grabs it even on invisible characters. It's like it knows that something's there even when you don't. It's like your control stick is just being jerked around. Yeah, this is something I've wanted actually since the Halo games. I want a target priority where I can set the magnetism. I have a choice of either foreground targets or background targets. And that's something that they haven't done yet in any of the Halo games.
Good work, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got Zavala mobilizing
That would be a
other
nice
teams
preference.
to secure the ship behind you. There's gotta be some way I can pawn off this.
But everything always goes for like nearest foreground, and it seems rather, shall we say, aggressive. Ariel Wilson says, yeah, RIP Marathon text terminals.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but you know our fan base. They're all in for the classics. Wow, 1701. That went a lot quicker than we usually do.
It's because I'm here.
Oh yeah, it's all Coog. I love how Narc broke 3 digits.
7 assists.
There's a lot of there's a lot of ads in that though.
Leah Crow says, "Never! I'm making more of them."
Yeah, gotta give us development updates on this marathon content.
And Alien Isolation did a good job with them. Yes, they did, actually.
That's true, it did. That's true.
In fact, to be honest, the only thing I had a problem with Alien Isolation was the timing of them. You know, you wanted those for the lulls in the in between moments of tension. You didn't want to have to read those in the middle of moments of tension. So when you're hiding under door frames and tables and things, you don't want to have to read exposition and get immersed in a story while there's an alien above your head. That drove me crazy in the game.
I think when you're hiding in a cabinet, that's when you want something to read.
No, I literally wish that they were in those moments, like when you were safe talking to the other guys back in the security office and things like that. That's when you want to crack open the computer and try to figure out what's really going on, and if the people around you are some you can trust. That would be cool. Or if you had to get past the alien to get to a safe room to go through the computers and stuff there, that would have been cool. But being stalked by it live while you're trying to read or listen to the recordings they did, it's mixing too much of one and not enough of the other.
I have 75% on EDZ public events, so I don't know if you guys already finished it.
I think I have. I might have.
I didn't know if you could do that before or not.
Into the action right away. I'm not surprised.
We could do either, I guess.
You're up.
We may want to bail on this.
I'm not ready. I have a whole thing for this song guy and the charts and pictures.
Okay, you want to head? Yeah, we don't want to do this twice.
The Nightfall with Dealer, so then we're doing the same strike twice in a row.
Yeah, no, that's Orbits. Drop mic on stage.
I was gonna take a selfie before we left. A memory.
Yeah, Leah says, I'm not sure. I'll let you know for sure. It may take me a while to revamp the entire scenario if no one else signs on. Right now, I've almost got the basic assets done and most of one level.
Yeah, we'd love to help, except I don't think we have any relevant skills whatsoever.
Not as far as that goes, no. Wait a minute, didn't you apply for a Bungie story job?
That doesn't mean I have the relevant skills. I just considered it mandatory. They posted a job that was even vaguely within the description of anything I've ever done, and I applied for it. I mean,
well, being an English major,
I have not done any creative writing in decades, but I figured it's a button I have to hit.
Ariel Wilson says, yeah, just once I want to see a game publisher try to make a game on early generation hardware. Hey, Thimbleweed, I would count in that territory because it would probably run on first gen hardware if it was designed for it. I would totally put that in that category. So I think they did a fantastic job with Thimbleweed Park.
Actually, some of the stuff they make on the Unity client that's on Steam, that's like very 2D-ish, that stuff could run on earlier things. That like Xbox Marketplace stuff was in that.
Yeah. I can't imagine the new hardware. I mean, even a cheap PC these days can run some fantastic stuff compared to earlier things. I can't imagine that there's such a...
I mean, a cheap phone.
Hardware, yeah. Yeah, I mean, tablets and whatever else. I mean, you can get an Atom machine that can run some fantastic stuff.
Oh yeah, Leah, we'll play test if you like. Absolutely.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh hey.
Oh, Sabaton, yay!
All right.
Operation Caliban online. Guardians, you're here for a top priority extraction. We have multiple fire teams missing.
You mean the YouTube one? There always seems to be the YouTube one.
Investigate a heavily guarded hybrid wall. We've had zero contact for the last several hours, which is why we need you.
Oh, just put in Rampancy.net.
Or Rampancy.net, actually. There's no dot in it.
I always put in the dot.
Rampancy, subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
I am now number 763.
Yeah, let's get a like spike in the channel. We're going to go for 4,000 likes on this video, and please sure to send us lots of money, and you name your firstborn after us.
No, I don't do that.
I don't know. I would love somebody to actually name their kid Blackstar. That would be awesome. Hey. I would have thought White Star would have been racist.
That would be very
See?
subject with most people.
I would think so. That's why I thought Black Star was more universal.
That wouldn't be unless we're talking like, you know, exo race.
Well, you could do Red Star. I think so, there would be some Native Americans terribly upset.
Because sexual confusion.
Exactly. Hey, Black Stars have been a theme in sci-fi for decades. It's nothing uber new.
You should not name your kid Dave. That's my name.
Guess what? It's also Narcs.
Yep.
Oh.
and probably last.
The crazy thing is,
yeah, how'd that happen?
It's my dad's name, and I am not a Jew. Makes it even better when they walk in the room and they just say the name, and it's like, we're not sure. It's like, okay, this is a really bad doctor's office. I'm getting out.
Yeah, Leah said, yeah, I could name a kid Dave, seeing that it's also my father's name.
I'm doing selfie right now.
No, I'll hack the door. I'm the furthest from it.
The hive must have just sealed this door.
Heads up, Caliban. We show Fallen inbound toward your current position.
Oh, please, it reminds me of the arguments that people would say when they were playing the, what is the online game type? You have to collect the things. I forget what they call it now. Supremacy. Yeah. I've actually heard... no, I've actually heard people say in Supremacy they refuse to pick those things up because that's somebody else's job. It's beneath them. I ain't gonna go get those crests. Swear to God. People literally had an ego and an attitude that getting crests was beneath them and not their job.
Just be thankful there's no dedicated healer playing class so that they can divide themselves up that way. So people can decide to heal it, use them and not healing them, never be a healer themselves because they're far too valuable as DPS to waste their time. But you know, when they lose it,
oh, of course. Yeah, doesn't the Call of Duty games have a problem with that?
No, Overwatch.
Overwatch, is that what it is?
Overwatch, to me, looks basically like Quake 3 Fortress with more articulation. Wait for it. Wait. Move back.
Hi. Oh. What happened?
You walked in front of me.
Oh. I didn't have to do that.
Why should I now?
That's what I thought.
I'm consulting Vanguard archives on hive rituals. I'm getting a lot of hits about
Why do they all sound the same?
death experiments. I don't know what you're walking into, Caliban.
Saving audio
resources?
Ariel Wilson says, yeah, I'm somewhat of a computer programmer, if that helps.
Don't come any closer! I swear if you try to turn me into one of those damn crystals!
I think alive is the bare minimum we should shoot.
Oh, is that what it is?
Sloan?
Yeah. Oh, I thought it's a
Are you
computer
there?
program. Well, the text is so small on this
Somewhere
iPad.
nearby. Hurry.
And it's 3 feet away from me.
Caliban, are you there? Sir, they're not responding.
That's why I sit next to my display.
Yeah, it's literally like 9-point size. I can't make it any bigger. The vast majority of my view is being taken up by the 65-inch screen, so the iPad looks like a postage stamp.
I don't understand.
Hey,
That
Ariel,
guardian
you know
should be right around here. That crystal was full of void light.
Oh, she's into Claude script. Oh, I probably should not be doing this. Yeah.
Void light can only be
Oh, thank you.
created by guardians.
Well, I was gonna pop my super, so.
I don't understand how the Hive got their claws on it.
That was going to be overkill anyway, let's face it.
Oh, it's totally a single drag. Oh yeah, but immensely satisfying. Actually, there was this ongoing joke that we had with some players. You remember back in D1, that big first encounter that we had in that room with the cargo containers you could hide behind? And we were so under-leveled that single dregs were killing us. Well, we had a guy that we jokingly would frighteningly scream at. He goes, "Quick, there's a drag, use your super!" And he actually did it. He actually popped it and whatnot, and we made fun of him for it ever since.
Someone there! Hello? Sloan?
Do I know this person?
Anybody in the rig listening? I swear I just heard a voice.
Friend of ET's, I think, so I'm not sure. He wasn't, you know, part of the regular HBO crowd. He was just one of the regular guys that I play with a lot. But oh yeah, it was hysterical.
Summoning ritual.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah, but see, it's not like we were terribly hesitant to do it anyway. Can you get the ogre? Is he tethered?
Yeah, he's tethered.
Oh, alright. Did you get me back there?
Still there, strangers? This is Takeo 3. Don't
Yes,
break my
bad
heart
actress.
here.
Actually, it's probably not her fault. The dialogue is not the greatest.
Stay with me. Thought I was gonna have to take these murders on all by myself.
Not the carrot, it's the tone. Just the tone of... I don't think it's that. I just don't think it's very well emoted. I was trying to be diplomatic there, but...
It's your channel.
I don't have those kind of limitations. I can call like I see it. That's actual crap.
That is both my things.
I just try not to be judgy.
Real talk. I don't know how much more my ghost can take.
Oh,
and I'm
speaking
running
of
out of
reading,
ammo.
yeah,
Just lie low. We're coming for you.
Lie low is not in my playbook. I'm gonna do what I can to help you from here.
Just remember, better to release this light than let the Hive misuse it.
Has justified murdering our teammates. No, I was just reading a very interesting post that somebody put on HBO recently, comparing a lot of us to certain characters in a raid group that was doing some online videos. Did you see that? Yeah.
Yes, I did.
How accurate did you find that?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out who I am.
I'm just trying to figure out why he thinks I am that person who's describing me as. And I'm like, really? And then halfway through he says, well, for this part he's this character, and for this part he's that character. I'm like, huh? I'm trying to remember what raids that would have done would possibly make that apropos. And to be honest, I can't think of any. Other than the point of needing more conjugal love, that I totally agree with. But other than that, that I totally resemble that remark. The rest of it, yeah, exactly. The other parts I'm just trying to see. Can't say I'm there yet. Let's see. Oh yeah, Leah. It says Ariel Wilson. Yeah, there's always the Alpha 1 code. I'd love it if I could set the monster can grenade climb and weapon pickup reloading on an infinity map. That would be neat. I don't know how flexible that stuff is, but I do know that the implementations for for a lot of that stuff is pretty flexible. I mean, we talk around with the Myth guys about all the stuff that they've done, and they, I think, are limited far more for what they have to do. Man, I love being able to set these things and have them go around those night shields, where they literally become superfluous. They're awesome. They're absolutely awesome. Spider nades for the win. Even teleporting captains it doesn't work on. Nice. I'm sorry, was that a hiccup?
That actually was.
You're not having a heart attack?
Those Guardians didn't die in vain. Let's
Okay.
get back to the seal. We need to meet up with Takeo.
Yeah, I always felt that
They died on Titan.
I'm afraid I'm going to die on stream. I just hate if I had a massive coronary right in the middle of the game and I couldn't finish it.
Back off, you ugly piece of work!
Yeah, that's a horrible line.
Hurry!
If you're going to make your swears PG,
But there are no powered
friendly.
crystals in this
Needed
chamber.
to be a Devon
What's
fan.
plan B?
it
You
just
made
is
me
an
spill
ugly
my
piece
You're right.
of
There
work.
is a way out of this.
It's just,
What is it?
Embrace the
It would still be a bad
fire.
line, but it would be more in line with what things you've heard.
Yeah. No, in fact, they did change her dialogue at the end there. They took out a line that she had about sacrificing yourself and whatnot, and they decided to add a little bit more lore into it by adding the Praxic Fire line. That wasn't there in the original.
Oh, is it added or just randomized? Some of the
Oh, no,
dialogue
it's just-
it doesn't always happen.
Oh, it seems to happen every time we're meeting, so I don't know if that's just my RNG.
This ends here.
RNGibus. Of course. He is a huntard. That's how they roll. What were you doing in PvP? I was invisible. Save me, RNGibus. It seems to be totally fixated on me right now, so alright. Yeah, I know. It's moving, I think. Oh no, it's just licking its wounds. Oh, do we? Okay. We'll have to strike it when we get a chance. Okay, back in middle. Yeah, it seems to be focused on you. Now remember, kids, the enemies in this game, they're not bullet spongy at all. bunch of orbs over here. I don't know if you've seen it. Now, this is the time where you want to tether, because this is where it really shines. Yeah, especially on the ogres. Oops. Oh, the ogres aren't here yet. Quick, kill everything. Now we got ogres. Oh, that was close. Oh, darn it. Name's the orange guy. Thank y'all. Yeah, I couldn't get my shield up quickly. There we go. Shoulder charge. Oh! That ogre's still up. Okay, now he's down. Narc's board flipping everything, so... Whatever works.
Guardian down.
Oh, I got him hurt.
Here's our chance.
Aww. Bethune, sisters, uncles, cousins, former roommate. Oh no no no! There's so about there. I don't know. Oh yeah, something bumped me just as I was hitting the thing. Yeah, it's only gonna so where's the ball? Oh my god, the ball's off the map. Oh, it better.
You have the ball when you fell?
Oh yeah, I had the ball. Yeah.
Then yeah.
That's why I was so upset. Because it just died. Alright. Once again. I did it again! Oh my god, this is so annoying. Okay, there we go. Barrier up, don't die over here. There we go. Yeah, I think that's stupid railing.
And we couldn't have done it without Takeo and the other Guardians.
Sure we can. It just wouldn't have been as fun.
Let's get back to
See?
command.
There you go.
All right.
Zavala and Sloan need to know about all of this.
Alright, Clan XP2. Woot. The really sad part is there are no snowballs.
Nope. Not anymore.
Bummer. Gonna miss those. Ariel says, yeah, I suppose I have to give the Destiny team credit, though. The combination of MMO and FPS just shouldn't work. Some people say it doesn't. And somehow it does. It's far from perfect, but for the fact that it works at all is amazing. And yeah, I guess that is true. You know, they've polished the most fun bits to a mirror shine. It's just a question of longevity, I think, both in story depth and activity.
Right. I would say this one currently at this moment in time is more FPS with collection ability.
Yeah, with
Destiny 1 was more MMO-ish than this one
right.
was.
It was far deeper. It was far more complicated. There was far more variation in not only activities but you know, depth of items themselves, where you had to level up individual weapons, you had to level up individual armor. The interactivity between those were far more random. And the numbers for them, you had to jump through all kinds of hoops to get the most maximum numerical advantage on the attributes of your character, that kind of thing. All of that has been super simplified. This one is more accessible to casuals, and one would argue that maybe it's been boiled down too much but it has, in an attempt to try and make it more popular, streamlined a lot of the things that kind of bug the heck out of a lot of players. Yeah, Ariel says if it didn't work, people would be playing it. True, but there is a big argument right now going on about the player depth and how the numbers are depreciating. It works for me. I enjoy aspects of it. I mean, even though you hear us gripe about a lot of things, if we didn't like it, we wouldn't play it. I mean, that's bottom line. If it was that annoying, we wouldn't be doing it. We would be going on to something else. And a perfect example is Narc and I had gone through the entire Mass Effect series from soup to nuts, 1, 2, and 3 straight through, and I was massively drawn into that world to the point I was really, really looking forward to the latest reiteration with Andromeda, and it just didn't work. And we kept trying to find things within it that we liked enough to keep doing it, and sadly we kept falling into this valley of just, you get into MST3K mode where you just, okay, I'm gonna give it a good try here, and then you would just fall into this, oh my god, we're doing what again? And you just ended up making fun of it the whole time. And a lot of people picked that up on the streams that we were doing, and I did feel bad about that. But bottom line is, it was deserving, because it was flawed, it was problematic, and it was just not a fun game. It was not good. And we finally just said, should we keep doing this anymore? And it turned out no. We ended up retiring it a lot earlier. And in fact, we didn't even get through, I don't know, a third of it before we threw in the towel. I'm not sure exactly in the scheme of the entire game where we decided to give up. But it just wasn't fun to play. It wasn't fun to stream, and I doubt it was fun for fans to watch. So, sadly enough, if Destiny was also in that category, we would have bailed a long time ago. Even though we are long-term Bungie fans and we've been following their stuff for forever. And Leah Crow says, yeah, you stuck it out a decent while in Andromeda. Yeah, I mean, we tried to give it a fair shake. In fact, we even said before we started streams, look, we're not going to make fun of it as much as we did anyway. He goes, no, we promise. And then after a half an hour, we're just like, oh my god, seriously? They did this? And we just fell into that rut. So, yeah. So even though we poke fun of and we get angry about some of the dumb things that we don't like in this game, it's because we're very passionate about it and because we like it and we want it to succeed. We want them to make changes that will satisfy enough of us to stick with it, and hopefully they'll take that to heart when they do more expansions and they work on the next one and say, okay, let's try and do something different or better. And if we didn't like it, we'd just say, the heck with it, and let's go play something else. So
yeah, I think one game though that kind of an MMO concept that most people don't really do it that way is GTA.
Is it
the
that
reason why I go into that
depth?
It's grinding, but technically there is, but it's not. It's more than the level of this current plot, yes. In my opinion, to a cold heart.
Wow, this game definitely hates me. It's given me a masterwork version again of the worst pulse rifle in the game. Thank you, RNGeebus. I got so much junk, I gotta get rid of all this stuff.
Let's see. First of all, Casinos Fail, Last Dance. No big.
Leah says, I enjoyed watching it, once I get used to it. But I liked a number of things that you guys boisterously didn't.
I got 2 Last Dances in a row.
Checking right now.
Well, that is definitely par for the course, I think. We have very, very strange niche feelings about things.
Eternal Blazing.
Oh, that one's actually supposed to be pretty good.
Welcome back.
I'll keep that one for now.
Yeah,
323 Cold Heart.
Sign
More
here.
Jester. Ooh, 330 Jester.
Hi there.
I'll just keep those and get rid of the old ones.
I'm gonna go dump all my blues because I gotta use the app to evaluate things. I don't want to dump something that I need to upgrade later.
Why don't we take a break and we'll do the Nightfall when we come back?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. All right, well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We're gonna take a break.
say hello to White Chocolate, who was in the Mixer chat briefly. I don't know if they still are there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, see, I've got the restream up, but I didn't see one of his.
It's in the restream.
Oh, is it? Oh, he's just got a little face. He's got a little tilde.
I know. Well, he wasn't lurking.
Oh,
he wanted to say.
I'm so sorry.
He wanted to say something, whatever it was. But anyway, so yeah,
I thought it was a glitch.
We'll take a 7-minute break and we'll come back.
All right, tune us then.
All right, we're back. Heading back to the tower. We had an anteater error.
Yeah, sorry about that, Leah. Yeah, we had 2 reiterations of that going. That's why the music doubled in volume. Hopefully that should be fixed. Okay, we're back at the tower. I want to go run back and get my loots.
Oh, really? I'm still in orbit. I'm watching. If you go to my screen,
Really?
I'm still watching ships fly through the air.
Man, I'm beginning to think maybe there's something wrong with your boxes, because either that or I'm host. Because Narc and I are in the same building.
Well, I joined your fire team now, so you might be host now.
Oh, so I'm host of yours.
I think you should make me the host because I probably have better internet.
How is that possible? Let's see. Oh yeah, this is all junk I don't really want to care about.
Track activity not on this destination.
Another pulse.
What activity am I tracking?
I don't know. What activity are you tracking?
Neither do I. It's weird. It's interesting. That's a new one.
Yeah, Leah says, I suppose I had to step back and say, you know, this isn't the awesome that Emmy was, and kind of look at it as a unique game. Yeah, we tried doing that. We tried to give it the benefit of the doubt on many levels. Many levels. But in the end, yeah, it just didn't resonate for us, sadly. And believe me, nobody was looking forward to it than me. I mean, I did not ride the Emmy wave when it came out. I was firmly planted doing Halo stuff for a decade and didn't really do much of anything else, to tell you the truth. It sucked it up, you know, pretty much, you know, going to lands and going places to you know, get gear and flying across the country and whatever else, you know, all kinds of things kind of revolved around that one title and that community. But when I did finally get into it, yeah, I totally see why it is the success that it is, and it certainly raised the bar immensely. Yeah, was. So I was totally looking forward to the next one, thinking, oh boy, this is going to be the culmination of not only a technological but a story-based universe that people are sincere and care about, and has such an established IP and a fan base that they couldn't possibly do anything wrong. Little did we know. Oh, Leah says, oh, I meant it sounded awesome. Oh, well, good. Well, I'm glad you like that Destiny piece. Yeah, we should actually run it a lot in the background, maybe, and just have it run on a loop.
The piece I like from that one story mission that you only play once when you start your character, that's the piece I run as roll, you know, as pre-roll, as post, and for breaks.
You kind of crank it? Okay, now what else do I have? Okay, I think that's it for me. All right, so you guys up for Nightfall?
Yeah, I'm just going to check on my exotic.
Yes.
I got a tractor cannon.
Vigilance wing.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this one's going to be arms dealer. 1 to 3. Oh, time warp killing time.
Yeah. Well, at least that's not too bad, because that's, you don't have to do anything special. You just kill stuff.
Yeah. Still though, you only get like a second or two. I just wish they would do scoring again. What was wrong with scoring? Scoring worked great.
Well, they are. I mean, that's the whole point. They are doing it. I don't know when that is, whether that comes with Crimson Days or what.
Yeah, I just don't know where the meeting was. It says, you know, we got to change this because it's working too well. Let's do something that doesn't. Yeah, I just don't see the logic. Now, we wouldn't want to try the Prestige, would we?
No.
Because that's got Prism and time warp killing time.
No.
That's a 330.
No.
I'm not even the right level for that.
No,
I know.
Yet.
I'm barely over the cusp. I'm a 333 on this character, so yeah, you guys would be terribly underleveled for it. So no, I wouldn't want to charge you. Okay, are you guys ready?
Then I would say we should probably do it. Oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
I thought at least once. It could be terribly entertaining. People could revel in our frustration and annoyance.
The best would be the timer going out before we get past the first encounter of enemies, because they're not bullet sponges, just your bullets bounce off of them.
Ariel says, yeah, it needed something for sure. Not sure if they overdid it, but it definitely works better than the D1 theme. So there is that. Leah
There's
says,
always Halo 3 theme.
Yeah, I guess the two songs play out of sync with each other, or actually work to make a single, more complex, more epic, and better song.
I'll have to listen to that back and see what effect
I'll have to tweak that.
Because I just happened to notice halfway through the break, oh, wait a minute, why is that other copy playing there?
Yeah. Maybe it just synced in so well. We'll have to play that back. That's what happens when Narc doesn't
monitor. Their minds on what Destiny's 3 theme is going to be.
See, it makes me want to do this in an actual fixed studio with fixed hardware that we can config as needed and just leave it alone, so we don't have to worry about 12 different software applications all playing nice with each other. Yeah, maybe we can do something on the Unix box.
You should be able to do on that.
Yeah, we've got an Ubuntu one that actually works very, very well with streaming. Yeah. We're on the Mac right now, but
which I'm not using now because the Mac and the scenes I set up for Destiny appears enough.
Yep. So we'll have to either fix that, but yeah, that's been working out rather well for a while. But yeah, just as far as configuration for what we want to do, having to eliminate some of the variation makes it far more reliable and is less difficult to troubleshoot.
We need to get further into the base. If I can access their network...
I thought DOS was more complicated.
I thought we weren't allowed to have flares anymore after it had nothing to do with why we're not allowed to have flares.
It wasn't us. They must have detected me in their network.
Of course it's ARC. One thing I don't have on me.
Let's not get bogged down by whose flare shot who. Oh, is it just me or is like everybody a severely orange character?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Sure didn't hit Prestige by accident. Why are these guys pouring out of it? I mean, they're literally just constantly throwing out ARC captains out of this door. Oh, Jesus, this stupid shit is going to kill me. Oh, 7 seconds. Now, that I did not expect. Usually these things are like 2. Nice! Oh, that was awesome. No. Yeah, it's 2 seconds on the red guy. Oh, where are you? Hold on, I'm coming. Oop, come on. Here we go.
That tank just exposed a solar fuel cell.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad for all these overshielded captains everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah,
oh, please, there were like 6 of them that came out of the door that was right on me. Okay.
I can't believe
there's another one up here.
You were right.
Still are. I mean,
she grabbed it.
This one.
All right, you go get this. I'm gonna push ahead. Yeah, I think some of those things are just constantly spawning. Oh no! Don't get up there! Get up there! Oh, jeez. It's so hard to mantle in third person. Okay, got it.
Sounded like a nice dump.
Dunk?
Yeah, that's what we Guardians call it when we jam a radioactive fuel cell into an exhaust vent.
That ship is so not supposed to be there. Owie, owie, owie! Oh, it should not be there. Ah, it's so not fair. I don't know where that guy came from. Oh, Coog behind you.
Oh, they're behind the front row.
Yep.
They're everywhere.
And that's super back. That is. Oh, I think it.
Yeah, you guys are actually gonna kill me. Didn't expect that. Oh, actually, you know what? I hate to say it. I should probably run back and get all these orbs. Oh, come on, seriously? Yeah, there's like half a dozen back here. Yeah, there we go. I almost got my super back. Okay. Keep going, don't wait for me.
Okay.
Oh, Leah Crow says, was that a Big Daddy?
Aren't messing around.
I think you're talking about the Cabal.
He's
Certainly
bound
felt
to
like
have
one.
more. Insecure men tend to surround themselves with
We'll have to
others
drill
like
for a
them.
hand.
Cade, anything to add?
Nope, she's totally right, which is why I work alone.
The ship is still here.
Zond moved in after you put Thumos down. Surprised he hasn't painted the place chartreuse to match his armor.
I'm sorry, painted it what
Is that
now?
chartreuse? Or is it more of a pinky russet? Oh, look at that spiders take that ship out. That was awesome. You gotta admit that. That was pretty cool. Oh, watch this. If I can, hold on, let me reload. Okay, see that thresher? Watch this. Boom. Spiders for the win. Wait, even the reds are tough to actually kill him. I think I'm gonna take out some discrete progressions off to the left here.
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to.
There we go. Vehicle time.
Just sneak my way over.
Yep. Oh, past the snipers. All right, I'm through. Okay, 8 minutes. I don't think I can carry you guys through or not, though.
We go. We're coming for you, Zon.
You can.
Got a
I've
lot
tried it
to
before.
answer for.
Yep.
Mark,
Okay.
if you sneak on the left side up
Remember
through,
that
you'll
elevator?
get on my way.
Looks like we have to
Oh,
bring it
jeez,
down
no!
again.
That sounds
Oh,
easy.
that's cruel. They have all these sniper shanks all set up
well, there
along
are
the walls.
many levels.
So don't peek your head through the door. They're all on the left, Coog.
Well, I should be able to revive you by using my dodge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can get it, no problem.
So we can get you real quick. And I'm gone.
Okay, now watch out behind you. I'm gonna go and try and get this thing. Okay, switches up for the first one. Okay, going for the second one. This one? Come on, no, barrier, barrier! Oh, come on! That thing just didn't deploy. That is not fair.
Okay. Well, I was trying to kill some mini of the shanks, so good.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm up in 12 seconds
We're
anyway.
both down. It's okay.
Leah says, yeah, the Cabal ship pleasantly reminded me of the V'ger from Homeworld. I don't know, have we ever played Homeworld? No, hold on, I'm gonna come get you. Oh, no, I can't do my ship. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, I got an arc. Let's try this again. Barrier up. And, oh, you kidding me. Wow. The barrier stops him, but he comes in from behind. That's so not fair. Yes, even get that switch coup. I've tried twice and this thing just keeps killing me.
Guardian down. Hawthorne, you're not going to believe this.
Wait. Let me guess. Giant flamethrower.
No, but thanks for that image. Guardian down.
Oh, I got killed way while I was doing that.
Yeah, there's too many camo things around here. We gotta clear some of this. Here, we'll go through the captain behind you.
I'm just trying to figure out that stuff.
Yeah, forget it. I'm popping super time. This is annoying.
Taking advantage of polarization.
There we go. This guy, unfortunately, is really, really hard to kill. There we go. And of course, his doggies. Grenades work. And so do rockets. Okay, we're down to 6 minutes. I think we can still do it.
We'll get some time back as we get.
Yeah, as we keep going.
Part of the room, so.
I'm just thinking of certain stages.
As long as we, yeah.
After a while, you know that numerically, once you get beyond a certain point, it's like, no, this ain't gonna happen.
I think if we can at least get to the last part with 5 minutes, we should be okay.
Oh, yeah.
I almost have a tether, so that's kind of useless.
Zahn is here.
And the flame turret. Is he using the flame turret?
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's usually on that thing, but apparently not. Oh no, he's in the middle.
Thank you, my servant.
Oh, got no heavy. Really use some. What are you? I'm so frustrated. The angle on my thing got completely turned around because I stepped on a wall that has a curve. I guess so. Probably not. Oh. get some of this though. Careful, Narc, don't stand there. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. Yeah, well, if the stream was on my cam, then yeah, they saw Narc get nailed.
I got hit by it too, but I saw his, like I said, it took me a collection.
Okay, now here you can shoot him, from what I understand.
Yes.
Almost back to the surface.
Yeah.
Watch for air support. This guy's too smart to not have a backup plan.
Yeah, backup plans are overrated.
Here we go.
And 4 minutes. Yep. I was able to toss in my nades. Down pretty quick.
Still did.
Okay, just popped off his lair. Okay, shield's up. And here comes the ship. And ship's down. Okay. I'm gonna go get the orb.
Shield is making me mad. Got to get rid of it.
And we heading in. And slam it. Oh no, it ran out. Oh darn. Oh, I wanted one more slam. Whew, that was close.
Guardian down.
Oh, I saw that. Yep. Yep. I'm needing them all.
I respawned.
Getting at you. Oh! Yeah, cool, get a flame thing behind him. Oh, nice. That was pretty. Hey, we still got 327. Almost down the third bar. Oh, it's night mate. Okay, just popped off a flare. Okay, it's almost. Oh, I need heavy ammo. Nothing's dropping heavy today. Got Coop right behind you. Yeah. Oh, finally, it's heavy.
Watch out, Mark.
He's down past the third. Hey, 148.
Constantly have 2 guns all there.
Oh, you up, Dart? Oh,
yeah,
just going for it. Ah! And he's almost dead. Oh. I gotta pull back too. Okay, 1 minute.
Guardian down. I got stuck.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
Without Zahn, the Red Legion will be back to throwing rocks before too long.
I'm right there.
Great work.
Yep.
You ever been hit with a rock? Don't joke about that. I'm sorry.
Quick, we want to get the chest. I know.
I don't think I killed enough things.
93, you did a lot better than me. Yeah, I think your super for this is far more useful than mine. Hey, you had 22 orbs. I didn't even break double digits. Ah, okay. So that was the Nightfall for the week. Let's see, EDZ, challenges, Nightfall. Yeah, the only thing left was the Leviathan Raid and or Call to Arms, which I don't think anybody has any interest doing.
I just need to do the EDZ stuff at some point.
Yeah, you want to do? Well, we can do that. We can finish that up.
Yeah, we can just finish that up, bro. It's fine.
Let's see.
I think it's probably just two public events, probably.
Okay. Well, there's one in the Gulch. Let's head over there now, and then we can wrap this up. Get back to the tower. So I guess, Coog, what did you think of all the new updates that Bungie had mentioned they're implementing? Anything that strike you, good or bad, and looking forward to? Wish they'd include and didn't?
I have started to take the attitude of I'm indifferent until I see exactly how they implement it, because they're very vague with their wording intentionally, because they'll implement something and then change their mind on how they want to implement it the day after they put it live, and they realize everyone and their mother is exporting it for trials.
Yeah,
so,
and sadly, unfortunately, and you can't really say otherwise, is that everything with this is being phrased as if it was done by a PR rep of a politician. They always have to keep their options open. They don't want to commit to anything. And I sort of get it, but at the same time, it's terribly frustrating. So yeah, so the wait and see approach, or I'll believe it when I see it approach, I can't say I disagree. I've been feeling that way myself for quite a while, so there's nothing in the statement that has persuaded me to change that that attitude. I mean, it's a very, very safe one to have. Certainly doesn't set one up for disappointment, and sadly there has been, I think, enough of that lately.
yeah. This is actually the first time I've seen glimmer extraction on this part of the map.
Really? It's a lot of fun over here. There's a lot more room. It's a nice, more open environment. Gives you a lot more variations for longer distance encounters and a little bit more side cover.
Do they still think they can outrun us?
Hey, Narc, where are you at? You hit someplace else?
I don't know. I came into orbit and there was nobody around me.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I went to this specific location. I figured it would have respawned all of us here. Oh. I love it. Everybody's using the colony now. And Narc actually...
mine yet.
Really? You know, it's funny because Narc hadn't been using it at all, and he actually got it incredibly early. And unfortunately, because grenade launchers themselves have had a very, very bad rep, I don't think he touched it or used it at all.
I wasn't.
Yeah. So I can't really blame him, considering,
the description made
all
it
the
sound
others.
so gimmicky that I kind of thought, well, it had to be bad.
Yep. Nope. Probably one of the most, or arguably the most fun gun in the game. And ironically, very combat effective.
There's a treasure chest.
Guardian down.
What in the name of... The scientist launched my stuff up in the air.
That glimmer has our names all over it. Guardian
Yeah, this is where you want to tether
Killed by the
stuff.
architect. Well, I was technically killed by the architect, but I'm just gonna spawn. I don't have my super. He's starting too late.
Oh. Get all these orbs.
But I'll get it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I love tethering those things. It's the equivalent of the D1 rocket against the bellies of the ship. Oh my god, look at all the tethers. Look at that. Yeah, I take it you got it back pretty quick. I really think there needs to be a cooldown on that thing. There we go. Oh, and that's my super back. Oh, I think we need to get back to the glimmer.
Others.
Well, someone is. Oh wow, we got a bright angle for that.
Got it. Again.
Oh yeah, those are the best exotics, I think. Anybody running around with those things as a Night Stalker is just
Glimmer incoming.
having way too much fun in PvE.
Impeccable smash and grab. Well done.
I love mine, and poor Narc has yet to gotten them yet.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to pull one of those engrams from Xur before.
And you'll get lucky.
Today. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Fingers crossed.
If we go to Trostland, there's another one raring to go.
All right, Trostland it is. Oh, I would like to take this moment to thank the butterfly that farted in Africa that allowed us to have 60-degree weather today here in New England. Really appreciate that. That was really awesome.
And then pouring down rain.
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to shovel it. So that makes me happy.
Why am I following your character?
Yeah, because you're in a black screen. So we're not finished our fast travel. Until we spawn, we get spectator views. I don't know when they started doing it, but it does.
It's a feature. See where that spider went, though? That was awesome. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark's taking a bird's eye view.
I'm reading a skiff with Glimmer mining equipment aboard, Guardian. Interested?
Yeah, this one will be it. I'm at 95% now.
Oh yeah, that'll be enough. Don't you hate it though when they do events and things where it tallies up to where you have 99% completed? Oh, one more for you.
We'll teach
Bungie needs to work on rounding those numbers up a bit.
I have full confidence in you.
They still think they can outrun us?
Well, it's one of two sites, actually.
Yep, the other one's over here. Just look at those guys go flying. That's awesome. There we go.
That glimmer has our names all over it.
Oh, that actually shut me out of it.
Let's see if they're coming from that side or over here.
There.
Oh, dude.
I blew them up before you
kill
get
them
down
before they get tethered?
Yes! Oh, come on. Every
wait,
time you do Wardcliff...
Just wait.
Yeah, Wardcliff just kills them all. Well, hopefully they'll beam into
Wait
it.
till they run into it. Yeah, they just
now
run
do
into
it.
Hold on.
He just beamed right into me.
There. I think.
There we go. they definitely need to rebalance things so that PvE doesn't have the same limitations as PvP. Because things like that are just great. That's what makes it fun.
Be different. Glimmer, incoming.
Another impeccable smash and grab. Well done.
Alright, so yeah, so that should be your milestone too, right?
Yes, it was.
Excellent. Okay, I gotta go actually and see Devram here. I got some things to hand in.
I think I just need to see if I've broken down enough things so I can buy one of those completionist faded Ingram things.
Yeah, it's one of the reputation bundle thingies.
So I need to break down a couple more things.
Ooh, a last hope. I don't have a dozen of those.
Only you could just buy shards with, like, bright dust or something. I mean, I can just spend tokens on buying crap. And
yeah,
I've
always felt.
Buy a shard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've always felt, even in D1 times, that the economy was never as flexible as it should be, and Bungie, I think, knows that, which is why they wanted to make it.
Which is why they made it less flexible.
Yeah, so people would buy stuff from Eververse. I think that was the underlying motivation. They needed to fund things and they needed a way to fund it. So how do we do that? Oh, Eververse. And I don't think they intended it to go as crazy as it did, but sadly they just kept dipping into that cookie jar over and over again. But I always felt that economies need to have exchanges for things, and if you don't have what you need, you exchange it for something else that will suffice, you know? And it's not that flexible. It's like Flavian Falval beads that can only be exchanged for other Flavian Falval beads. You know, they don't want you to be able to circumvent certain systems that they have in place, and that's unfortunate. Because if you could get everything that you wanted without having to spend extra money or spend a super amount of time doing it, you just break down the things you don't need for the stuff that you do, then nobody would do anything else, you know?
Mind your rockets now, Guardian.
Yeah, I might either have to go to the tower or another destination to get a garbage Ingram so I can break something down so I can...
Seriously, there's nothing else that you have around?
No, nothing else that I want to get rid of. It's all blues I've picked up while we've been playing.
Yeah, I can't believe you broke down that purpose I worked so hard to get you.
Still don't actually know that happened.
I certainly hope not, but it does sound...
I can ditch this Tone Patrol.
Did you wish to discuss
I
something?
never use it.
It's just that was the one weekend that I did trials and got mine, and I know that you and I remember when Funk was part of the clan.
Sidearm. It's a 331, but I never use
sidearms. No. No, besides, if you've
right,
got...
So that's okay, so that's
if you've got a Last Hope, you're pretty much set. There's also a Eulogy, which is also very good. And I think I will say this, that the sidearm that you can get from the Osiris quests, that is also supposed to be fantastic. That arguably, right now, is even better than Last Hope.
And we haven't even tried that.
What, getting any of those guns? I have a few.
Yeah,
I think I have
the long weapon quest.
Yeah, I've done a couple. I was never highly motivated for those personally. There's nothing in there that was blowing up my skirt. I said, "Ooh, I gotta have it for the collection."
What they don't want you doing is figuring out which resource is easiest to get and then converting it to what you need. Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're trying to avoid having people min-max those things.
Yeah, which is exactly what I want to do. And you know what's funny? If they want people playing more and doing things or whatnot, what difference does it really make if I'm doing the things that I want to do to get the stuff that I need as opposed to the stuff that they want me to do to get what I need? you know what I mean? Playing the game is playing the game. Oop, Spec X is going for a group. I guess he's got to do trials. But I don't think we want to do that.
Tower real quick.
Yeah, you all set?
Let me just go to. No, let me just go to.
I don't know who I want to use it on. I think I want to do it on my Warlock, so I can do that later.
Oh, actually, you know what? You're right. I forgot. I want it on the Hunter because I want Rig. So I don't want it.
Yeah, it is class specific. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad I mentioned it because man, you would have felt bad. Oh man, it's like, wait a minute, give it to me. It's like, well, what character are you on? Oh crap.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the tower and I'll change characters.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna log off after the tower visit.
That's okay. So are we. I gotta get something to eat. I'm starving. Now I feel bad about white chocolate. We thought we were ignoring him. Or her. What exactly does 2 dots and a tilde mean?
I'm not sure.
Is there equivalency for that in text chats? Just like poking your head out to say hello?
Raspberry?
No, it's two dots and a tilde. So it's dot tilde dot.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
Checking.
Oh, we look it up.
Check.
I'm not hip to that jive.
You and me both.
Feel enhance a Guardian's journey. Welcome, Guardian.
This is the universal symbol for get off my lawn. Oh,
no,
wow.
I think that's just Clint Eastwood.
A ghost. So, do you think I should blow 2,000 silver on Ikora's Resolve? Because I need another ship? I didn't think so.
Omega Mechanos Cloak. Whatever that is.
Thank you for shopping at Eververse.
Send to Postmaster, because I have too many cloaks.
Sounds ghastly.
Well, Titan, let's see what we have here.
Then Cure. Let's go see what Kate has for me.
Ooh, 329 Uriels. I've already got 332. Yay! Yeah, after this we get to
329 without a mod.
I think so, yeah. I'm just on the cusp of getting like 330s in normal play.
You have survived where others have not.
Yep, I'm getting 330 from the Nightfall.
And to those who have fallen.
Let's see. Yeah, it looks just like regular big shoulder stuff, which is not my thing, so. Okay, fingers crossed for exotics. Nope, no luck.
I didn't get any from Cade.
I got one. Oh, I got a nameless midnight. And it got a Masterworks on it. Oh, let me go see. I think it's at the Postmaster. Let's see if it's any good.
Checking.
Oh, magazine. Basically the same as this one. So, nope, probably going to break it down. Because Nameless Midnight and Purpose are, yeah, Nameless Midnight and Purpose are literally the same architecture.
I got Aeon Swift and Ingredient or whatever.
No. Another Aeon. I'm so sorry.
Let's see if I can. Where else? Nope. What level is it though? Because it might be able to throw into something. 333. Throw that into my road complex.
Yeah, that's the other thing that they kind of did, kind of a dick move, is in the lack of flexibility of infusion that we used to have, that they decided to take away for no readily apparent reason. I actually had to remind myself that I could actually infuse things that I've gotten so used to not being able to when I was going back to clean out some of my D1 things. Because literally when the game finished, I had maxed out my inventory on everything in the game and had several items in the post on several characters I still hadn't cleared. And I literally had to go down and break down things just to make room. It was quite hysterical. And then I realized after I'd broken down a few things, wait, I can infuse this into this. I'm not limited the way I am in D2. And sure enough,
this cloak
I was quite happy.
Crazy.
Crazy good or crazy bad?
You should check it out.
Let me see. Here we got playing Dress Up Barbie.
Once again, I'm looking at the faded engram that Zur has. It says this engram will contain one exotic or piece of armor, and the description says an engram with a predestined outcome. It will contain a new exotic if any remain to be collected.
Right.
And what the preview here, I'll go to mine. What the preview shows for me is Dragon's Shadow already added, Knucklehead Radar, Stompies already added, Graviton Lance already added, Wardcliff Coil already added, Hardlight already added. Orpheus Rig is not mentioned, it's not displayed, so again, if this one gives me the one I don't have of the thing it says it might contain, then it has to be a Knucklehead Radar.
Probably.
But last time we did this and we said that,
you ended up with a dupe.
Else entirely. It was something I didn't have, but it was something not in the preview, and it also was not
right.
Right. So let's just
you gotta check out this cloak.
Yeah, I did check out the cloak. It's
Lucky
weird.
Pants.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Oh man. Now, do you have Lucky Pants?
No, I did not have Lucky Pants, but once again, it was not. I mean, what good is the preview if you can get a thing that's not shown? I don't get it. What's the idea
I'm
there?
sorry.
Oh, well.
And see, that's the other thing that I wish that you could actually trade or exchange. I mean, you know, because
cool
I've
cloak,
gotten...
by the way.
I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of
like
like pokey. It might look better with a different shader.
I had a design like that on some wallpaper.
Did you? Did you have wallpaper like that in Case Time?
Yes, but on our ceiling. It was a trendy thing to do at one point, to actually give a texture to a ceiling by basically taking like a blank wallpaper with a texture design on it and painting it instead of just painting the ceiling.
Interesting. Figured you would have tiled it up. Okay, well, I think that's got to be it. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. It certainly was a lively group, and certainly hope you were entertained by our escapades through Destiny 2 and going over, hopefully, some of the new implementations, corrections, adjustments, and tweakings that the game, I believe, needs and will be anxiously anticipated by the community at large. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I am Blackstar. I'd also like to thank Coog for coming in. We certainly enjoyed having him. We certainly hope that he had fun too.
Thank you.
And now, is this Saturday the one that we're doing the sibling thing, or is that next week?
I think we're Alan Wake to finish.
Yes, we're going to finish up Alan Wake this Sunday. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So that should be the last episode. So if anybody that has been watching the series, don't miss it.
By Zur by jumping off the rock, and like somebody came and revived me.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's so bad. All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We certainly hope that you will check out all of our videos, past and present, on our YouTube channel at rampancy.net, and we certainly hope that you will catch us live on our next exciting adventure. We hope to see you then. Thank you all for watching.
Bye for now.